the channel, it's what you need. True crime stories, secrets they'll feed. Say that gossip and political heat. I said what I said brings a beat. Truth comes but we're never late, yeah. Diamond stories is our fate, oh no. Welcome to a place where voices speak. Tune in now, indulge every week. Who's in the spotlight, who took the fall? We got the scoops, we covering it all. From high society to those who recall. I said when I said stories that will sprawl, yeah. Truth turns far, we're never late. Oh, no stone unturned, we're here to relate. Well, what's your name? Welcome to the channel, it's a bubble streak. Subscribe and join the channel every week. Yeah.
Uh-oh. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the channel. I said what I said, and welcome back to my channel, y'all. I'm actually doing a show for myself tonight instead of the OTR because, I've been collaborating with Minion with Opinion and Foxy 2, Roxy 3, which are my partners in crime when we're doing the other show. Let me make myself a little bit bigger so you can see me. But tonight, I'm going to be reviewing some footage of MAGA, right? And I just been thinking about this, since I've been doing politics on my other show with the on the off the record show, right? And so I've been kind of wondering, and I've been thinking, can MAGA actually really be deprogrammed? Can anybody change their mind? And is it even worth trying to convince these people that the person that they're supporting is just really doing a bunch of foul, unorthodox, chaotic, unlawful things while they're in office? Because at the end of the day, we all have our persons that we support, right? And there's nothing wrong with supporting who you support, as long as that person is, halfway doing the right thing. And let's just keep it real. Nobody's perfect. Anytime we have anybody, that's the president, they're going to do some things that's not quite kosher. Okay. It is what it is when it comes to that. Right. And so, but but the main thing is, the president is kind of like, you look up to your president the kind of way, kind of like when you look up to your pastor. You wouldn't expect your pastor of a church just out here, we all out here all willy-nilly doing any and everything. So I kind of feel the same way when it comes to the president of the United States. Whether I agree with him or not, whether I voted for him or not, which I didn't, but at the end of the day, you know, that's supposed to be the highest office of the land, right? The person who employs, and not even the president employs, but they have the biggest um, employee base as far as being the president. He's over a lot of different offices. He's over a lot of different employees, and yeah, all the different entities in Washington, they all do have their own little, sector. They have directors, they have, um, supervisors, managers, they have people that they answer to, but ultimately, everybody answers the president. Okay. If he say, I want this or I want that, or we need to implement this or we need to implement that, then he goes to Congress, have Congress to go ahead and write a bill, vote on the bill, and then he'll sign it into law. Okay. If it's any big major changes that he want done when it comes to running any type of department. Now, some things are supposed to be separate. He's not supposed to really have it, everything, everybody that works underneath him, all the entities are supposed to be separate because the presidential have their powers, and the Oval Office have certain powers, of certain things that they can do without Congress. Most of it is because of executive order, which that's the way that this president has been running the country for the last past year. Okay, he haven't really he's only gotten one bill passed, which is the big beautiful bill. I call it the big ugly bill. Um, and so that's the only thing that he's been actually passed legislatively, and the rest of the things that he's been implementing, it's all just been a stroke of the pen, and it's all been just by executive order, in which that's fine too, because other presidents rule by the executive order also, but they don't rule their whole presidency by executive order. They normally go through Congress, because anything that they want to implement, they want it to stick, and the only way you're going to get anything to stick in Congress is by by getting bills passed, go through appropriations, and then have Congress vote on it. And that way, whatever rule you implement, it can't be taken up. It can't be taken away when you leave office. The next president would have to go through Congress and undo what it is that you've done. So all of these orders that our current president is doing now with executive order, the next president can just come in there, stroke the pen, and remove everything that he's put in play. And normally that's what presidents do. Whatever the last administration, or either administration before that, if the last one didn't change it, most of the time they go in there and undo what the last president did. We saw that with Donald Trump when he got in office. The first thing he did was undone. He undid everything that Biden signed by executive order, because they have that right to do that, right? But and so that's the process, and I'm pretty sure everybody, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar with the process, so I really don't have to just, go into big detail, or to an extensive detail of how that process works. Now, we've been dealing with MAGA for the last, I say about the last decade. MAGA has been on the scene, and the only reason why I'm calling them MAGA, because that's what Trump's slogan was in the year 2016 when he first landed his first presidential run. The MAGA stand for Make America Great Again, and so that's the reason why we call that sector MAGA, the people that's wholeheartedly supporting Trump. And there's, like I said, there's nothing wrong with you supporting the person that you support. Okay, we all do. But how far and how much are you going to support him? Like, up until this year, just this first year. um Let me turn my avatar on. I see my avatar sitting here just looking all still. My mouth is not moving even though I'm talking. But so let me fix that right quick. And things like that can happen when you don't have your other people on the panel with you. And so they can't help you with your little nicks, with things that goes wrong. Okay, so hold on one second. Let me place y'all on hold a moment and let me get this worked out. I'll be right back with you. Okay, so sorry about that, guys. So but yeah, like I was saying, everybody got their person that they support or what have you. So tonight, um, I've been following this content creator, and the name of the channel is called the Necessary Conversation, the Necessary Podcast. And the podcast that we're going to review, this is a guy. This is really a family, and in the family, the dynamic is a son and a daughter, a mother and a father, and the two children, and they're not children, they're it's just their family. So the son and the daughter don't support MAGA, they support the Democratic Party, and the mom and the dad are MAGA. And so what's going on is they're trying to deprogram their mother. They know that their father is so far gone on MAGA. No matter what Donald Trump does, the father is not going to stop supporting Donald Trump. The mom has made the statement that if she found out that Donald Trump is guilty of a lot of the things, the trafficking and the Epstein files. If he's found guilty in the Epstein's files, then she was no longer going to support him, because those files are horrific. And I'm going to start doing lives on those files too, because I really want to dig off into those files. A lot of it is real, ugh. If you go through the files, some of you may be able to stomach, and some of you not going to be able to stomach, because it's a lot of horrific things in those files. And I see Trump running around right now telling everybody he's not really in the files, because he had the DOJ to redact his name. And so he's vindicating himself and saying there's really nothing incriminating in the files regarding to him, which we know that's not true, because if you've been keeping up with these Epstein files, everybody knows Trump name is mentioned at least 38,000 times in these files. Okay. And we had our first batch of files released in the summertime. Probably, I think, what was it, about August or September? We had the first batch released, and then in December, then last week, we had the second batch of files released to the public. Now, when they released the files this time, there was over 3 million files that was released to the public. And of course, everybody is going through these files. Everybody's searching and sifting through them. They're trying to find out whatever information they can find out. And it's a lot. It's a lot of emails. It's a lot of pictures. Some said that it's videos on there, but I haven't seen any videos yet. But I haven't went through all of the files either. And so I'm currently going through these files to see what I can pull out to, bring alive about it, to talk about the files. And also too, we know, like any big time content creator, which I'm not a big time content creator, I'm a small content creator. Matter of factly, go ahead and hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And I would appreciate that. But, a lot of the bigger content creators that's been on TikTok, they've been shutting their channels down, because they really don't want this information to get out like that. Okay. They want to keep it hush hush as much as they can, but I don't know how they can keep it hush hush when we got all these social media platforms. And so you have different platforms that's reporting different things about the file. So I just don't think they're going to be able to contain them the way that they want to. But they are shutting down a lot of the TikTokers that's been talking about it. And I noticed a lot of the creators have migrated over to YouTube. So while YouTube is still allowing us to discuss these files and talk about this, so I'm going to talk about it until they say we can't talk about it any longer. I really kind of have a feeling that we're not going to be able to talk about it too much longer. And if it stays in the news too much longer, because Trump he said he wants us to forget about that, stop talking about it, and move on to something else. So if these files stay in the forefront long enough, I feel like Trump is going to shut it down on all social media platforms, because he doesn't care anything about your First Amendment. He doesn't care anything about your Second Amendment, your Fourth Amendment, or your Fifth Amendment, because at this point, that's what's being trampled all over at this point. Okay, all these different amendments that we currently enjoy. So getting back to the content that I'm going to be using tonight. Like I said, the name of the podcast is called The Necessary Conversation, and go subscribe and check out their channel also. And I just want to make sure that I give them a shout out for their content, for the use of their content. But I feel like it's great content, because it's going to be the guy and his mom, and this guy is going to be going through some of the things that's been going on that's in the news front now. And him and his family, they do these podcasts every week. So every week they have a new podcast come out. Every time something new come up, he try to discuss it with the family, especially the mom, because that's who they really focused on, the mother. Because like I said, the father, it's just no talking to him. He's not on this video, but if you watch some of the other content, the father is hilarious. He curses the kids out. They love each other, but they still be real with each other, okay? And the father, he cusses everybody out. He talk a lot of crap to the people. to the kids, and it's like he really don't have that much respect for them. But so they know they're not going to be able to get through to him because he's already gone. But the mom, she is kind of open-minded. She does do research, and she do watch Newsmax all the time. Now she don't watch any other media. She's not that open-minded to where she'll go and watch other news channels other than Newsmax. But at least she's open and willing to listen to her son Chad on that. So let me just speak to the people in the chat, and I only have one person right here so far. Hello to you, Leo lady. Thank you for being here, sis, and thank you for always supporting me. I appreciate your support. You're always here to support our channel, and I do appreciate that, sis. And I do have a few people in the bushes, so shout out to the bushes. Thank you guys for being here, and please hit the like button and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the content, and then we're going to go ahead and get started because I don't really want to be on here that long tonight. And the video is not that long. And so I will be stopping the video and doing a little commentary on it or what have you. And so let me just go ahead and cue that up. Let me get Leo lady off the screen. I'm going to cue that up, and then we'll go ahead and get started with the show. And I hope everybody is doing great on this good Thursday afternoon. I know I am doing just fine tonight. So give me one moment, and let me get this ready here. And let's see. Let me share my screen with you guys. Okay, so everything looks good. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and get started, guys, with this necessary conversation.
Edition. We have an announcement to make. There's not going to be a Sunday show this week. I'm out of town. We are going to try to do one Monday. It may or may not come together. We don't know, but there will not be a show Sunday, just to let everybody know. But we'll pick back up mid next week at the very latest, and potentially have a Monday episode as well to make up for the Sunday one, especially if there's big news, which there already is some big news happening, especially with Tulsi. Today, what we're going to do, Mom, you said on our last Sunday episode that you had not read any of the Epstein files. Well, I have some of them for you to read here today.
Okay. I do have a few little ditty things too.
Okay. Do your ditties, and then we'll get into the Epstein files.
They're kind of ditties, I guess. Okay. Congratulations, Penny, the Westminster Dog Show winner. She won Best in Show. Okay. She's a Doberman. She was beautiful. It's the first time in 37 years that a Doberman had won. Dad and I were watching it. We really enjoy dogs. We watched a lot of it. And then Dad was making fun of the handlers. Imagine that. The people that run alongside the dogs. Mm-hmm. Yeah. But we had fun. We watched that. Okay. This Sunday, no, as your dad says, Bugs Bunny, but it's Bad Bunny. We will be watching the American Halftime with Kid Rock, Brantley Gilbert, Lee Bryce, and Gabby Barrett.
Okay.
Chad, will you be watching the Super Bowl?
No, I'll be out of town. I'll be driving in a car.
Okay. Oh, that's right. You're gallivanting, just like your sister.
That's right.
Okay. You told me to look this up. I did. There was no credible evidence that I found at whitehouse.gov displaying any Nazi symbols or Nazi signs. It was misinformation, manipulated content. I looked that up on fact checkers and confirmed repeatedly story it never happened. Images were fabricated.
What images? What are you talking about? They literally use Nazi slogans in their videos.
Okay, I saw nothing.
I showed those to you
looked that up.
on the week we did that episode.
I did watch half of Brainwashing of My Dad and watch some little.
Oh, what'd you think of that?
Of it. It was very interesting.
Also, too, I don't know if she's actually checked the government website, but if you go to us.gov website, they have the Confederate flag up there as a symbol on their for their branding. Instead of having the American flag, they actually have the Confederate flag on the website. So I don't know what site she looked at, but she may want to check again, because the Nazi it's not Nazi, but they do have the Confederate flag on the website versus the American flag. So I just want to go ahead and throw that out there also.
It was very interesting. Yeah.
And so did any of it sink into you, like the Fox News and the internet and the Russian bots and all of that?
No, that dad seemed more crazy over the top, I think, than what your dad is. That's just my opinion. That's the way I look at it.
Okay.
But I did like it.
All right.
Grammys, I can't believe I said, oh, let's watch it. Let's see who wins the best song. What was I thinking? Okay, Billie Eilish, Ridiculous, said F Ice. And then on her acceptance speech, nobody is illegal on stolen land.
Mm-hmm.
And all the people sitting there clapping.
Yeah.
The Native Americans demand that she give, oh my God, what is he doing? That she give her land back. Oh my God. Bob, you said you weren't going to be on this. Get out, Bob.
Okay. Bye.
Bob is the
Promised me
father,
he didn't want to
guys.
be on this. And now shut the door, please. Oh my Lord. Oh my day. You have no idea. Anyway, the Billie Eilish thing, I just found it kind of ridiculous. They're all clapping on the word, thank you, on the words that she said.
Mhm.
And, you know, for the people to clap there, they look so stupid. I thought it was a weird statement. It was stupid. Okay.
Do you understand it?
Yes, she lives on stolen land. So you know what? She can give her $7 million mansion in Malibu and open the guarded gates that she lives behind and give her land back if that's the way she feels.
Okay.
I don't want to start arguing already. Okay. All right.
But do you hear the sense of entitlement that this lady has? And Billie Eilish is correct. All of the land in America is stolen. Okay, it's stolen from the native Indians, and it was a few Mexicans over here before, quote unquote, Christopher Columbus, quote unquote, discovered America. And he didn't discover America. America was already discovered. You know, fun history fact. It's they came over here and colonized America is what they did. Okay, and just took the land. And so that's the perception that a lot of people have, especially in the Caucasian and white community. They all feel like that this is their land since we've been here for over 250 years. But in actuality, we came over here and colonized. They came, not we, they came over here and colonized this land, claimed it as their own, and now it's their land, you know. But you know, it's just the entitlement for me. And I know that's the American way. That's just the way we live now. But I just also want to make sure that I go ahead and throw the truth out there also about how America was really discovered.
That's my goodies, I think. Other than Tips Hotline, Trump, I've got all that ready to go. Oh, I should have started with this and I didn't. I apologize.
Yeah.
Poor Savannah Guthrie, her mom, they can't find her. I've been praying.
Yeah.
Everybody's been praying. I hope they find her safe.
Yeah, that's a very scary and shitty story. I hope everything turns out okay.
They don't even know yet. And she's been gone a long time. And I should have started with that. Yeah, I'm sad. It makes me sad for her.
Okay, are you done? Are you done with the ditties?
No, I'm done.
He said, "Are you done?"
So what I have presented for you here today is some actual pages out of the Epstein files, this next dump that we've had in relation to Trump, Elon Musk, and Howard Lutnick. And I have some videos as well that we're going to watch. I want you to read these files to me. I want to hear you read them, okay?
Are any of these from the hotline tip, the tip hotline?
These are from the Epstein files.
Right, which people called in to the tip hotline, and you're going to make me read these horrific things, which
That's
I
correct.
already have.
No, you told me on Sunday you didn't read them.
I read them yesterday.
Okay, well, now we're going to see you read them out loud. Here we go.
If they're on the tips hotline, I'm not going to read that because it's fabricated. And let's see what you want me to read.
I want you to read what this says right here.
Okay.
And let me just say something about the statement that she just made. She said, if it's on the tips hotline, then I'm not going to believe it. And a lot of times people want to be anonymous. People call in tips. and a lot of times crimes have been solved by tips hotline, by the tips that are provided on law enforcement hotlines. And so for her to say, it's just on the tips hotline, um, it's like she can't believe anything. People are just, taking the time to call this hotline just to lie about what's, about any and every situation that they've called about. I just don't think people have, would call a hotline and make an anonymous claim, and really it just be a wholehearted lie, especially some of the victims. And so she should, and I'm not saying that she should, wholeheartedly believe the hotline, but have an open mind to it, because some of the things that's on the hotline might and can be true and have been found to be truth. Okay. And so for her to just totally dismiss it because they haven't went to court yet, to me, it's just, kind of out. It's just kind of crazy for me. At least, be open to it.
Can you read that?
I see nothing. I see a white circle going around.
That is your computer shitting the bed. There's an image on the screen right now.
I'm asking you, is this from the TIPS hotline? I'm sorry, I should turn my phone off. There we go.
The TIPS hotline. Can you see it yet?
Yes.
Okay, read that. Just read it.
Reported and okay, this is hard because the print is so little. Reported and unidentified. It really is. Look how close I'm getting.
Yeah.
Can you read it? Can you read it to me, Chad? I really can't.
You need to read this out loud.
Reported. Is this, if this
seems
is
like she's trying to make
from
excuses
the
to me.
Hotline, it is not proven at all. And it was proven that these tips that came in, they were allegations that came in right before his election. It was also proven that the FBI then called every one of these tipsters, and no one would come forward and say any more with their names.
Okay, so you're refusing to read this Epstein file.
Chad, goddammit. I'm trying to get as close as I can with my glasses. I'm not kidding here. I reported an unidentified female friend who was forced to perform oral sex on President Trump approximately 35 years ago in New Jersey. The friend told Chad, I cannot read.
I think she can read. I just think she don't want to read because she don't want to face the truth. The whole thing about it, she doesn't want to hear anything negative about Agent Orange. And you could tell she's already getting pissed off just because he's making her read the text. And she can see it because she read it, a little bit of it. So that means you can see it. She just don't want to read it. And hey, allegedly, Arcane, thank you for coming in. I appreciate your support, sis.
I can't see it due to my vision.
All right, here. Let me throw this one up then, because this one you'll be able to read. It's bigger print.
Okay, can you read that?
I see the white circle going around. I don't see anything yet.
It'll pop up in a minute.
Okay.
I guess. It's weird that you can't see it. I feel like you're tricking me. Can you see it yet?
Yes, and this is bigger print. Donald Trump, the president, had parties at Mar-a-Lago called Calendar Girls. Jeffrey Epstein would bring the children in. Trump would auction them off. He measured the children's
say it
by entering a finger. No, I'm not saying it. And rated the children on tightness. The guests were elder men, included Elon Musk, Don Jr. Trump, Ivanka Trump.
Okay.
Tips hotline, I'm sure.
So you think somebody's just making up these terms, calendar girls, and making up these things that happened?
Yes, I do believe that, if that was on the tips hotline.
Okay. So you're just completely denying it all.
I'm not denying it. I'm saying if that was on the tips hotline, there should have been some of these were found to have come from the same source, like a person would just call and say. Then when they called them back and they were pressed for more details and a name, they didn't come forward.
Okay.
I don't know how many times I have to say, if it's proven, if they are pedophiles, if they're pedos, of course, lock them up, put them in jail, throw away the key. A lot of those tips came from the allegations. Let's call them what they are. Allegations came from 2016, 2020.
Yeah.
If they were credible, why didn't the Biden administration open an investigation? Or
they did.
Now?
That's MAGA's favorite word and clause. Why didn't Biden? Why didn't Obama? And you'll hear her say this over and over again. Why didn't the Biden administration investigate this? Well, the Biden administration could not investigate these tips and claims because Ghislaine Maxwell was being tried at that time. She was going to court. And anytime everybody know, anytime you have an open case going on, you can't discuss that case until it's over with. And so that's one of the main things MAGA always claim. Why didn't Biden do something about it? Why didn't Biden? Boy, Biden couldn't do anything about it. And at the end of the day, Jeffrey Epstein was arrested in the Trump administration. Okay. He got, they arrested him in 2018. That's when he was serving his time. When he went to court, he went to court and got sentenced. All of that happened in the Trump administration, but they want to put it on Biden because they want to know why Biden did bring the files out. And hey, that girl, that 70s girl, thank you for joining us tonight. But you're going to hear this claim over and over again because everything is Biden's fault according to MAGA. So let's continue to hear what she has to say.
These files are part of that investigation.
Well, the people that are accusing this, give us a name. Give us somebody we can go knock on a door and say, come here, tell me more. They're not doing that.
So you're just going to deny all the Trump shit. Fine. The next stuff we're going to look at involves Elon Musk and Trump's Secretary of Commerce, Howard Lutnick. For reference, you need to take this as fact, okay? And hear what I'm saying.
Was this on the tips hotline?
No, these are, again, I'm going to show you emails between Elon Musk and Jeffrey Epstein and Howard Lutnick and Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay.
You have to understand Jeffrey Epstein was first charged in 2006 following a 2005 investigation in Palm Beach into sexual abuse of a 14-year-old girl.
Okay.
He eventually pleaded guilty to a lesser charge in 2008. Okay. You need to know that timeline. 2008 is when he pled guilty. 2006 is when he was charged. All right.
Okay.
So everybody in his circle at that point knew this about him, knew that he was charged and pled guilty. 2008. Okay. Now, this is an email exchange. Can you read that?
I see the white thing going around. I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Right. This is because your internet is very bad.
Yeah, my internet's terrible. I know it is. Understood. I see you.
You read it from
front to Elon Musk.
Bottom to top. Read it from bottom to top.
Bottom to top. Oh, you are welcome.
This is a chain of emails. So, and look at the date. This is 2012. So this is 4 years after Epstein pled guilty to a lesser charge in that the charge against him that was sexually assaulting a 14-year-old.
So the bottom one says, you are welcome to stay or just come for the day. Plenty of room. I will send Healy to get you.
Helicopter. That's Jeffrey Epstein to Elon Musk. Okay.
Okay. Then the next one. Do you have any parties planned? I've been working to the edge of sanity this year. And so once my kids head home for Christmas, I really want to hit the party scene in St. Bart's or elsewhere and let loose. The invitation is much appreciated, but a peaceful island experience is the opposite of what I'm looking for.
That's Elon Musk saying.
And that was Elon Musk wrote that.
And then the top one is now Epstein replying back to him.
Understand. He said, I will see you at St. Bart. The ratio on my island might make, who is that?
Talila, I'm not sure. Uncomfortable.
A girlfriend or his wife, uncomfortable.
Who knows? Yeah. Okay. So you see Elon Musk is asking Jeffrey Epstein to come to his parties.
Right.
In 2012, 4 years after he pled guilty in this charge of sexually assaulting a 14-year-old.
And did Elon Musk go to the parties on the island?
What? Yes. What do you fucking think? He's asking him to go. Here's the next email. Okay. This is also from Elon Musk.
Now, while we
involving
did
Elon
bring,
Musk.
while we
Okay.
did bring that up, Trump was never on an airplane to that island.
She definitely want to justify Trump. And the whole thing about it is, you know what's going on this island. You know Jeffrey Epstein has these kids on this island, allegedly. And, you know, he's been accused of all these things, right? Of doing horrendous things to kids. And Trump is still friends with Jeffrey Epstein. And so just to even be associated with somebody that's this vile and foul, you know, I guess that's okay with MAGA. You know, I guess you can have friends that does nefarious things, and as long as you don't catch them in the act, then I guess everything is cool and fine and dandy, because that's the way she's looking at it. And she's also making sure that Trump is not in this email right here. But you'll hear her, you know, what I'm gonna say, pound the drum for Trump. You'll hear her throughout the call.
And that is in the files
Okay.
too.
Fine. Again, read this from bottom to top.
Okay.
So the bottom one is Epstein to Elon Musk.
Any plans for New York? The opening of the General Assembly has many interesting people coming to the House. And that was from
Epstein to Musk in 2013, 5 years after the sexual assault charge.
Then I run and lead product design engineering for 2 complicated companies. Moreover, SpaceX is about to launch, which is arguably the most advanced rocket in history. Flying to New York to see UN diplomats do nothing would be an unwise use of time.
Okay, so Elon Musk is like, well, why would I want to come there to see diplomats? Then Jeffrey Epstein has to really spell it out for him. Go ahead.
Do you think I'm retarded? Just kidding. There is no one over 25 and all very cute.
So when Jeffrey Epstein is saying there's going to be some interesting people coming to the house, he's trying to insinuate I'm going to have underage children there for these sex parties. And Elon Musk doesn't get it. He's like, why would I come there for interesting people and diplomats? And he's like, hey, dipshit, they're all underage.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. That's that's spelling it out. Did he go? Did he go?
Oh,
why?
Fucking course he did.
Then
and look,
why?
You're saying, did he go? Jeffrey Epstein, at this point, has pled guilty to a lesser charge in a child sexual abuse case.
Right.
5 years before this.
Right.
They all know that he is a fucking sexual predator, and he's having casual emails with him about going to a party with underage girls.
Okay. If Musk went, why did Musk stand on X and everything else and say, release files, release files?
Because he was having a little pissing match with Donald Trump.
I do remember that.
Okay. Clinton has said the same thing.
So now she's trying to take up for Elon Musk. Well, if he went, why did he have a little pissy fight with Trump on Twitter? As if, you know, they can't have a fight whether he guilty or not, you know. And one thing about MAGA is they always try to control the narrative. And they always try to make themselves look innocent, and they have an excuse for everything that they do. Okay. And so it's people, and they got people like her. This is the type of person that's in MAGA. They twist themselves in all kind of knots and turns, and, you know, and they twist themselves into a pretzel trying to uphold, uphold these Epstein files and uphold Trump, in my opinion.
And they're now going to testify.
I know. And they were not.
Okay.
But now they are, because they're afraid they might go to jail.
Now I want to play you a video. This is a video of Howard Lutnick. This is Donald Trump's personally appointed Secretary of Commerce.
Okay.
This is a podcast he was on talking about Epstein. Let me know when you can see the video, and then I'll start playing it.
I can see the man's face, yes.
Okay. This is him on a podcast called Podforce One. This is a 2.5 minute clip. We're watching it all. Here we go.
Jeffrey Epstein was your neighbour. I would be remiss if I didn't ask you about him. East 71st Street. He was your neighbour for 10 years. How well did you know him?
All right. So we are in number 11 and he lives in number 9.
Right.
So we renovate, we buy our house, and our house is pigeons and mice.
Right.
Okay, that's it. It was derelict.
Right.
So we rebuild our house. We move in 2005. Okay. Jeffrey Epstein is arrested in like 08, I think, or something like that.
Right.
So knock on the door. His assistant on like a Saturday says, Mr. Epstein, your neighbor would like to invite you over for coffee. So my wife and I go next door. We walk the 7 steps,
Yes.
right, to the next house for coffee. We share a wall.
Right.
Right. So it's in New York City. So he invites us in. We have coffee in this, and he says, "Do you want a tour?" We said, "Great." He's
Interesting.
got a really big house.
Every room you went into?
He's got. Well, I'll tell you. So his house is like super big, really wide, and so he gives me a tour in the living room, big living room, and then across from it is double doors. I assume it's the dining room.
Yeah.
And he opens the door, and there's a massage table in the middle of the room.
Ooh.
And candles all around and stuff. So I ask very insightful, cutting questions. I say to him, massage table in the middle of your house? How often do you have a massage? And he says, every day. And then he gets weirdly close to me.
Ooh.
And he says, and the right kind of massage.
Ooh.
Now my wife is standing here. So she looks at me and I look at her and we say, I'm sorry, we have to go.
Now, if his wife wouldn't have been there, do you think he would have had to go? Or do you think he would have asked Jeffrey, can I come in and see what's going on every day? Can I come in and see what you got going on today? So I'm under the impression the only reason why he's saying this story is because his wife was there. And that's the reason why he had this reaction. Trust and believe, allegedly, if his wife wasn't there, I don't think it would have been the same reaction. And I don't know what you guys think, but put that in the chat if you think he would have had a different answer if his wife wasn't there. And also, too, guys, let me just give you a little bit of background who Howard Lutnick is. Howard Lutnick is the United States Secretary of Commerce under the Trump administration, and the Secretary of Commerce oversees the federal government. He oversees the department that's responsible for economic development, trade policy. He enforced tariffs, and he have a broad portfolio that includes the other agencies like the National Oceanic and Atmosphere Administration, and he also oversees the Census Bureau. Okay, so I'm gonna let you go ahead and finish listening to what he have to say. But this is who Trump selected to be in the United States of Commerce.
And we left. And in the 6 or 8 steps it takes to get from his house to my house, my wife and I decided that I will never be in the room with that disgusting person ever again. So I was never in the room with him socially, for business, or for even philanthropy. If that guy was there, I wasn't going because he's gross.
Okay. So you got that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Howard Lutnick says he met him once before all the charges. He's gross. We made a decision in the 6 steps to never speak to him again. This is an email that's in the Epstein files from Howard Lutnick to Jeffrey Epstein. Are you ready?
A few moments later.
Can you read it?
I'm looking. I don't see anything yet.
All right.
She never
the white
see anything.
things going around and around.
You never see it when it's
this
time to
is from
read.
December 19th, 2012, by the way.
When it's time to read, her computer go real slow and she barely can see it. But, Howard finna get called out.
So this would be 4 years after the charges.
I can't. It's pretty tiny print. Let's see.
You can do it.
This is
Come
like
on.
I'm at the eye doctor today. You're giving me an eye exam.
Okay. You
Do I
can
go from bottom to top?
What's that? Yep, bottom to top.
Okay, here we go.
This is the bottom one is from Howard Lutnick to Jeffrey Epstein.
We are landing in St. This is like an eye exam. Thanks, Chad. We are landing in St. Thomas early Saturday afternoon and planning to head over to St. Bart's on Monday at some point. We are Where are you located? What is the exact location for my captain? Does Sunday evening for dinner sound good? I have another couple, Michael and Marcy Lehrman, with me on the boat, and each of us has 4 kids, 2 16, 2 14, a 13, a 12, 11, a 7. Ooh.
Thanks, Howard. And then I can just, it's easier for me to do this probably.
Yes.
Epstein replies, come Saturday or Sunday lunch, Little St. James on the map, behind Christmas Cove. And then Leslie Groff, I assume is Lutnick's assistant or something, says, I'll let you know what he says. So Howard Lutnick is on tape saying, my wife and I said he's disgusting and we never saw him again after that. He's emailing him to set up lunch dates with him and his children.
And that was after
the charges.
That video?
That was no, the video is very recent. He's lying about the past.
Lying. Yeah.
Okay. You understand he's caught in a lie here, right?
Right.
So, and this is again, Donald Trump handpicked this guy to be his Secretary of Commerce. Donald Trump handpicked Elon Musk to be in his immediate orbit, running Doge.
Well, they need to be investigated for sure.
Okay, so those two need to be investigated, but Trump don't. Okay, because she just said she's not gonna listen to a tips hotline, right? Because nothing is proven. Well, this is just an email. That's not really proven either. It's just an email, right? There's no investigation. No one has said that Howard and Elon is guilty of anything. All they're doing is reading this email. And you see the stark contrast that she has. It's okay to investigate everybody else, but lo and behold, leave Agent Orange alone. Because he's innocent of everything, right? And so this is just astounding to me. How she's just reacting to everybody that's included in this video today. And like I said, she don't mind these two being investigated, but when it comes to Trump, it's a different tune.
Needs to be investigated.
Well, they're not.
It needs to be. I have said this before, Chad. I don't believe in pedophilia.
And she wanted an investigation. Well, Trump's DOJ need to investigate this, or Trump's FBI, they need to investigate this. Okay. Hey, Foxy, thank you for joining us this evening. Welcome in.
Files. Those people are terrible. They're creeps. Okay. Whatever they did to those victims and kids, they need to all go to jail or rot in hell.
Except Donald Trump.
Donald Trump never was on the island. There are accusations.
Never was on the island doesn't matter. You understand Jeffrey Epstein wasn't just doing this at his island. It was an everyday occurrence, part of his life, no matter where he was, whatever party he was throwing, it was all a part of it. There's allegations from a 16-year-old girl in a diary that she wrote, which I assume you wouldn't take that as real either, that Mar-a-Lago was kind of like the ground zero for where Epstein would come to get girls from Donald Trump, that he would sell them to him. You saw that check that Donald Trump or Epstein presented Donald Trump, or vice versa, $20,000 for a fully depreciated woman. You saw that picture. I showed that to you on our show. There's so much linking Donald Trump to Epstein and selling and abusing of women.
Once Epstein, though, went to prison, I mean, Trump cut off ties with him long before that, didn't he?
No, that's what all of this shows.
Why do I read that? Why do I read it that way?
Because you're watching Newsmax. Now, I'm going to show you a video of Donald Trump and Caitlin Collins from CNN. This happened just yesterday, I think, or maybe the day before.
Okay.
You want an investigation into all of this, right? If people are in the Epstein files and are cut away, investigate them. Donald Trump does not want that. Here is what he had to say.
On the Epstein files, you talked about Democrats who were in there. Elon Musk was also in there, and so was your Commerce Secretary Howard Lutnick, and correspondence that he had with him. Did you read those new files that were published by the Department of Justice?
I have a lot of things I'm doing.
No, I had a whole lot of things I was doing. I haven't had time to read them. I hate the way he talked, because we know he getting ready to lie. Look how he looking. He hotter than fish grease that Caitlin is asking him this question also. And look at MAGA Mama here. She's watching intensely. And let me just say one thing about her. She has her mind fixated on nothing happened nowhere else in the world other than the Epstein Island. If you read the files, you can tell Epstein was everywhere, all overseas, all in different places in the United States. And like Chad said, wherever Epstein went, that's where the party went. Okay, it wasn't just at the Epstein Island, but she's just fixated on everything that's just happening on this island and on this island only, and it didn't happen nowhere else. But I digress.
A lot of things I don't know. You mentioned two names. I'm sure they're fine. Otherwise, it would have been major headlines.
A lot of women who are survivors of Epstein's are unhappy with those redactions that came out. Some of them, entire witness interviews are totally blacked out. Do you think that they should be more transparent?
The fact that they thought they released too much. I heard that, and you tell me something else. So, I think it's really time for the country to get onto something else. Now that nothing came out about me, other than it was a conspiracy against me, literally, by Epstein and other people.
Yeah, nothing came out about him other than his name is being mentioned 38,000 times in this new batch of files that we have. But I'll digress, Agent Orange.
But I think it's time now for the country to maybe get onto something else.
But what would you say to people who feel like they haven't gotten justice, Mr. President?
Something that people care about.
We care about this.
What would you say to the survivors who feel like they haven't gotten justice?
You are the worst reporter.
Here come the gaslighting.
CNN has no ratings because of people like you. She's a young woman. I don't think I've ever seen you smile. I've known you for 10 years. I don't think I've ever seen a smile on your face.
I'm asking you about survivors.
You know why you're not smiling? Because you know you're not telling the truth. And you're a very dishonest organization.
You're not telling the truth. I've never seen you smile. Here he's gaslight. This is gaslighting 101 because he want to get off the subject. He don't want to answer her question. And why would she be smiling when she's talking about victims? It's nothing funny when you're talking about victims that's been victimized by you and Epstein, sir, allegedly.
And they should be ashamed of you.
These are survivors of a sexual abuser.
Okay, so you want an investigation. Trump wants us all to move on and sweep this under the rug. And the two sets of emails I just showed you between Elon Musk and Howard Lutnick, he says, I haven't read them, but I'm sure they're fine. Do you think they're fine?
No, I don't.
Okay, so why is Trump doing this? Think about it. Why is Trump trying to sweep this all under the rug, telling us to move on, look at something else? And then when Caitlin Collins presses him and says, what about these survivors who are not getting justice? He attacks her. Calls her a bad person.
I watched that. I did see that. I didn't understand.
Why do you think he attacked her?
He wants to move on, he said.
Why? This is the biggest pedophile ring. You guys on the right.
Yeah, why do he want to move on? Because she just said Biden should have investigated this. So now it looks like it's okay with her for Trump to move on because he said he want to move on. But it wasn't okay for Biden to move on. Even though by law, Biden couldn't bring the files out anyway. But at the end of the day, she want to give Trump a pass because he just want to move on. And at the end of the day, Trump can investigate anything he want to investigate right now because he owns the DOJ. He tells the FBI what to do. He tells the Secretary of Commerce what to do. He want to tell the Fed chair what to do, but Jerome ain't bowed down to him, so he want to get rid of Jerome Powell. So, but Jerome Powell gonna stay in place until May. Okay, and so it's a lot of most of the departments. Trump can tell those people what to do because he installed loyalists into those departments, and they do what and say, and they do and say whatever he tell them to do and say. Okay, but it's just astounding how she just want to give Trump a pass.
Are always talking about secret pedophile ring and they're eating children and all this shit.
Right.
This dump of files is the biggest thing in that story that we have ever had, and he wants you to look somewhere else. Don't
I'm not
talk about
looking
it.
somewhere else. I don't. what he said is not right. It needs to be investigated. I can remember 10 years ago, do you remember Mel Gibson? I read this the other day when Mel Gibson about 10 years ago said this, and everybody thought he was nuts, that Hollywood is a pedo ring, a den of parasites who feast upon blooded children. Every studio in Hollywood, he said, is bought and paid for with innocent children blood. And everybody was going, what the hell is he talking about? Now it's in our face. It needs to be investigated.
Right. But
so
Trump doesn't want
Trump
that
is
to
hushing
happen.
it, then people need to keep talking about it and keep putting pressure on him.
But you're missing, why do you think he doesn't want you to talk about it?
Because I've said this before too. I really think Epstein was paid by higher up people in a different country, which could start with the letter I.
All right.
You know what country I'm talking about?
Yes.
Israel.
So somehow that country is telling Trump, you better shut this all down and shut up, or we're going to get you, like we did somebody else in your country just recently.
So you think Israel is blackmailing Donald Trump to stop talking about the Epstein files?
Could be.
And so then at that point, let's say that's true. Donald Trump then is so compromised by a foreign government that he cannot effectively lead our country. You would agree with that?
No, he can lead the country, but this he can't stop. I don't know if he can or not.
So you think this is, if they have enough blackmail power over him, or however they're controlling him, that they can get him to attack a reporter on live?
He can lead the country being compromised. You can't make this shit up. You just can't make it up. And look at the concessions that she want to give Trump. Now, if that was Biden or Obama, you know, they would be doing black backflips. If they felt like Biden or Obama was compromised. But, you know, according to MAGA here, you know, it's okay. And do y'all think she can be deprogrammed? Because at this point, I don't think this lady can be deprogrammed. And I know Chad try to work with his mom every week, and he keep bringing out information, hoping one day, you know, that she will wake up and smell the coffee. But I just don't think this lady is going to wake up, guys. I really don't think she's going to be deprogrammed at all. Hey, Shanice, welcome in, and thank you for joining us tonight. Yeah, I just don't think I don't think that he's going to be able to reach her. I'm going to continue to watch his channel though, to see if she can be reached one day. And I really feel sorry for her. I hope she can.
Television. They can get him to say, don't look at the Epstein files. I know all these big high. By the way, I researched this a little bit before we got on here. Right now, because of the release of the Epstein files, the United Kingdom, Lithuania, Poland, and Slovakia have all now opened investigations into people that are in the Epstein files that they have jurisdiction over. We have opened 0 investigations.
That's good. I mean, that's good, and we should open them too.
But we're not going to. Todd Blanche, his deputy attorney general, has said it's over. There are no investigations. We released the files and we're done.
No,
he has said it is over.
People are going to put pressure on this. They will not just stop with this.
Who's going to put pressure on it? The DOJ is controlled by Trump. There's no one to bring an investigation that Trump doesn't control. And
there's no way it's just going to stop.
I agree with you. I don't think it's going to stop, but Trump's not going to bring an investigation. This is going to have to, I don't know how it's shaking out. But like,
though, no documents that have been released have really accused him of sexual abuse of children on the island.
You just read one. You read one at the top of this. The calendar girls.
That was not on the island.
What does the island have to do with anything?
Those hot tip things do.
So if he abuses a child, but it's not on Jeffrey Epstein's island, you're okay with that?
No. You know I'm not.
Then why do you keep saying the island? Who gives a shit if it was on the island?
Because you guys were you were salivating to see if his name was brought up in logs that flew to that island or not.
No, I don't care if he was on the plane or at the island. There are videos of him and Epstein partying together, which Todd Blanche, by the way, says it's not illegal to party with Jeffrey Epstein. It's like,
I think the point that she's missing is that, yes, people were interested to see the flight logs of who traveled to and fro Jeffrey Epstein's island. But, like Chad is trying to explain to her, Mar-a-Lago, where Trump resides, his home, he had what they call calendar girls at his home, where he was rating the girls, looking at them, letting them parade around in skimpy clothes. And he was actually auctioning off the girls at Mar-a-Lago. But that totally went right over her head.
Yeah, it is. After 2008, when he pled guilty to a lesser charge in a child sexual abuse case, partying with that guy after that, I mean, who would fucking do it? You know now what he is. It's public information.
I am not against hiding any of this, but they need to get the truth, not accusations. And have you seen recently, this is kind of bizarre, the picture of the New York mayor now standing there with his mother?
That's AI.
With Epstein?
Yes.
That's fake. It's AI.
Has she not met with Epstein before?
It is all fake. Read it. You can read all of.
She want to deflect so bad, and she want to crucify a Democrat so bad. And that's what MAGA problem is. See, the problem MAGA have, they don't want to face the truth. They just want to live in their bubble, believe what they believe all the conspiracy theories about Democrats online. But when you present evidence to them, then, they make up an excuse like she's trying to do.
About it. That picture's not real.
With him as a child, standing by the
correct. That's right.
What part do you not understand?
See, I believe it was true.
And it's not.
Why is it circulating all over?
For people like you to think it's true. Because you're like, I hate Mamdani, and now he's in the Epstein files.
Why have they not shot that down yet?
They have.
I'm seeing it all over the place.
Okay.
See if you can debunk that one for me.
I'm going to do it right now.
Because then I read on that he's the love child of Epstein.
Okay. So here you go. Go to Snopes. Beware images showing Mamdani and his mom with Epstein, Clinton, Gates, Bezos. Although Mamdani's mother attended an after party at Ghislaine Maxwell's house for a film she directed, the image with Mamdani is entirely fake. An image authentically.
But the mother was there?
Yep. An image circulated online in late January, early February 2026 allegedly depicted New York Mayor Zohran Mamdani as a child and his mother with sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, former U.S. President Bill Clinton, Microsoft co-founder Bill Gates, Amazon owner Jeff Bezos, and Epstein associate Ghislaine Maxwell. Conspiracy theorist and InfoWars Alex Jones posted the image and claimed that it was real. And then you can see Alex Jones had this post. Grok says this photo of the young future New York City Mayor Zohran Mamdani with Jeffrey Epstein, Bill Gates, Bill Clinton, and others is real. Jones post.
The whole thing about it is Alex Jones is a big podcaster for the conservatives, right? So if Alex Jones says it's true, it's the gospel, according to them. And, that's one thing Democrats don't do. I'll see something, I'm going to put it in ChatGPT or Perplexity, or I'm going to put it in some type of AI tool, and I'm going to find out if it's real or not. Unlike what Mary Lou does, she just sees stuff. If it's negative against the Democrats, then, she's going to believe it. Okay? So you can't believe everything that you see online. Online is a big conspiracy bubble, and it allows people like her, to live in that bubble like they live in.
Received 1.6 million views. The image of Mamdani and his mother with Epstein, Clinton, Gates, and Bezos originated with Dumb Fuck Finder, a social media account that describes its output as being humorous and satirical in nature. The X account is labeled parody account, and its bio says it shares imagery created with AI to expose people who believe it. You are one of the people who believes it. The image spread.
I look at Instagram, it's there. I look at TikTok, it's there.
And I'm telling you,
just the web, it's there.
And I'm telling you, it's not a real picture. It is AI. You have been tricked.
Okay. Then
I
won't
believe me?
You. I do believe you on that.
Okay.
I don't know why, but I do believe you.
What do you mean you don't know? No. We ran the image of Mamdani and Nair through AI detection software Hive, which found the image to be more than 97% likely to be AI generated.
Hey, Vicky.
But his mother was at a film thing with them at a party, right?
There's her damning
What-
evidence. The
why
mama
does that
was there.
That she associated with them herself.
And
And
Donald Trump associated with Epstein multiple times. There's multiple videos and pictures of him that are real with Epstein and underage girls. So what is it? That matters or it doesn't?
I told you, yes, if they're true, if the accusations are true.
You're trying to say Zoran Mamdani's mom was at a party with Epstein, so that's
Right.
bad. Trump was at 1 million parties with Epstein, so is that bad or not?
He cut the ties with him after the allegations.
My God. Okay, so you think Zoran Mamdani's mom?
So she can't even say, hey, Vicky, thank you for joining us tonight. She can't even say that it's bad that Trump was just even on, palling around with Epstein. And, they just can't accept the truth. They cannot accept the truth. Now, they can point fingers at everybody else, but when it comes to their cult leader, Agent Orange, he's innocent for whatever reason. Or she's trying to make up an excuse. Oh, he cut ties. No, he did not cut ties. He cut ties when Jeffrey Epstein left the earth is when he cut ties, okay?
Was friends with Epstein.
She's in a picture standing there.
Okay, so
you
is
said
Trump.
they just put the little mayor in as AI.
Correct.
Correct.
And no, the whole picture is AI.
How could they? What if they AI'd Trump and everything?
Okay, they didn't.
Okay.
There is video from the 90s of them partying together that is not AI.
Here's what I'm saying. There were the 3 pages of that tip hotline where just horrific things were said.
Correct.
That Trump did. I couldn't even read it. I was getting sick to my stomach.
Yep.
If those were credible, why was there not a real investigation or a criminal case brought against him or anyone else that they were talking about in the tip hotline?
Because they are protecting all of these people.
Uh-huh. Okay.
You understand they blacked out faces and names and emails of tons of guys that are co-conspirators with Epstein.
Right.
Trump included. They blacked out. There was a thing in the Epstein files that was just a picture from a Forbes article about Donald Trump, and they blacked out Trump's face in it. So they have been instructed to black out everything of Trump in the Epstein files, except these things that he can easily deny. That's crazy. It was just a tip hotline, as you're denying it now. The real shit about Trump is hidden behind giant black squares.
Well, the part I don't understand too was Biden's administration so stupid that they could not release this stuff earlier to tank Trump and then not worry about Trump anymore?
It's for 2 reasons. One,
why?
It was an active investigation, so you can't release the information while the investigation's going
Biden
on.
was a
2,
president. As you're telling me Trump can do anything now as president, so could Biden have.
Because the investigation was over when Trump was president.
But Biden had these, he knew these records. They were there, supposedly.
Right. So the investigation is ongoing during Biden, so he can't release it legally. 2, even if he wanted to do that, under Biden, there was still the assumption that the White House and the DOJ operate separately, that the president doesn't influence how law is done in this country and law enforcement and investigations.
Fun fact. That's history. That's the way that that's the way that's the way Washington used to operate until Trump came on the scene. Trump, like I said, he tells his DOJ what to do. Unlike Biden and other previous presidents, even Nixon tried to get his DOJ to do things for him, and they wouldn't do it because the DOJ and the presidency is separate. Okay, they operate under their own rules. They're not supposed to operate under the guise of the president. Now, Trump is using the DOJ as if these was his personal lawyers. That's what he's using the DOJ for now, allegedly.
That used to be the way America was literally until Trump.
Mm.
I think
because Trump is an authoritarian, he now controls the DOJ and the FBI and the fucking NSA. He controls it all. And so when he tells them, yeah, we have to release the Epstein files, but make sure I'm not in them, they are going and this is, I think, very much based on evidence. They have released the names and photos and addresses of a bunch of victims, over 40 victims. These are people who didn't want their names and images released. They released them. So it's either through ineptitude, like just being terrible at the job, or they're doing it on purpose to punish these women. Either way, they release them. There are pictures of Donald Trump in those Epstein files that are like I said, a picture that was used in a Forbes article, just regular pictures of him as president in the White House, where they blacked out his face because he told them, get rid of me from these Epstein files. That's why it took so long to go through them. Even trying to go through them and redact all of Trump's names, his name is in the Epstein files over 5,000 times.
I know. I got on Epstein.media, I think, is where I started looking at stuff. But there was everything from his BOA account, Bank of America account, to security accounts, to this and that. His name was in there a lot, but it wasn't with sexual predator stuff that I saw. It was like all different kinds of things in there. Okay. So just because his name was in there that many times, and I didn't get the pictures.
You're talking about Zohran Mamdani's mom in that same capacity. You're saying she was at a party and there's this AI picture of her, and you're using that to condemn her and Mamdani, Zohran Mamdani as well. You're using it as like, look at that, they're pieces of shit. But you dismiss all of these instances of Trump that are in the Epstein files.
I'm not saying that for him if he is a pedo.
Well, that's the look that you had on your face.
Okay, but what I'm saying is the level of evidence that seems to be required for you, I don't know what it is, because his name appears in the Epstein files 5,000 times. Yes, these are tip lines, whatever. But you have this horrible shit being said about him. Why isn't horrible shit like that about Bill Clinton or Bill Gates?
Well,
no, it isn't.
It wasn't on the tips hotline.
Correct.
There was stuff I read about Clinton about putting collars and stuff on kids and the boys and whipping them. So I did read some of that. So
all right, I'm just saying.
Who do we believe, Chad? Who do we believe? Really?
I'm not saying that those tip line things are true. I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying Trump is in the Epstein files, both in volume and severity of accusation, in a way that no one else is.
He's in there volume wise because of his business dealings. And like I said, his finances, the banking he was doing and that kind of stuff.
Okay. But even why is he doing
for someone?
So my question is, why is he doing banking with Epstein? If what business dealings does he have with Epstein? Why is he having business dealings with Epstein? Because at this point, he's already been convicted and already been certified as a pedo. But Trump's still friends with him. And so she's just excusing whatever she can excuse to exonerate Trump, in so many words.
That did that to kids, and you know that. If they did that to kids, lock them up, throw the key away.
They did it.
Why is he doing banking and stuff with Epstein?
It was his Bank of America something and securities or something that I read. Mm-hmm. It didn't have anything to do with Epstein. It was with a bank with somebody's name.
But you're missing the bigger point, which is, again, why does he want us to stop talking about the Epstein files? You believe it's because he's completely compromised by Israel?
Maybe some of it. I don't know. Israel just keeps popping up in my mind. I told you this. I don't like it.
Okay. But don't you then think we should have a president who isn't compromised by Israel?
Yes.
Okay. So not Trump then.
Trump is our president, and he will be until the next guy is elected, which will be banned.
Well, that's not necessarily true. You can get impeached. And if you're compromised by a foreign country, that's definitely grounds for impeachment. Right?
Y'all want to hear that?
Right.
You wanted that to happen to Joe Biden because you thought he was compromised by China. Now you're literally telling me you believe the reason Trump doesn't want us to talk about the Epstein files is because he is compromised by Israel. You're literally saying
compromised in a way like they could kill him and take him down. That's okay. I don't know. That's just I'm just thinking. I'm trying to think.
No,
what's
that's
going
fine.
on.
That's fine.
Obviously,
I like that you're thinking.
If I don't think the way you do, then you get on my ass.
No, I'm not. I don't know. Maybe he is compromised by Israel. I don't know. You may be right. I'm just saying, like, the evidence we have is these files come out. His name is in it thousands of times. People who are close to him in his administration, Elon Musk, Howard Lutnick, are in these files in very credible ways, emailing to set up times to go visit Jeffrey Epstein, talking about underage girls. That's all in these files.
These
Trump,
are not going to go away, like he said. They're not going to be done. They're not going to go away. People
That's
are
fine.
going to keep
But
pushing.
you have to look one step further. Why does he want them to go away?
He's over it, I guess.
But why? If he's done nothing wrong, and like you're saying, these allegations are just allegations, they're just on the tip line, they're not real. If there's nothing in the Epstein files that he fears,
wouldn't life just be lovely and grand? And I know people that's locked up right now in jail and in prisons. I know they would love to have the attitude of, let's just move on. I don't want to deal with this. I don't want to go to court. Let's just take Buckwheat, for instance. How would we feel if Buckwheat just say, y'all just move on and let's not talk about this. Let's just go on and just leave me alone and just let me out and, just let me go ahead and go free. I didn't unalive anybody. I didn't shoot anybody or anything. So let's just move on and everybody just live happily ever after. Because this is the nonchalant ass attitude that this lady has now, because Trump name is the smoke is getting heated up, and where there's smoke, there's normally fire. Okay, Mary Lou. So I'm gonna need you to know that also, ma'am.
being exposed, why does he care if we keep looking at it?
Right.
He should not.
Correct. But he does. But he does. Don't you see that as like, that's not behavior someone would do if they weren't credibly implicated in the Epstein files?
And if
right?
they was innocent.
Maybe.
Okay. But you're still going to keep supporting him?
Until proven that these allegations are true.
But his behavior doesn't make you suspicious?
No, because I've read the tip hotline where all the bad stuff was.
Yes,
those are
forget the tip hotline. You saw him yell.
Thing.
You saw him yell at a reporter for asking, what about the victims? And he said, you're a bad person. You don't smile ever. I've known you for 10 years. You should smile.
That was bizarre.
Just saying misogynistic shit. It wasn't bizarre at all.
It was a deflection.
He doesn't want people to talk about the Epstein files. That's why it took him a year to pass the Epstein Transparency Act. That's why it took his DOJ multiple months after the deadline to release the files. And that's why every picture of him, even publicly available pictures, are blacked out in those files. Because he said, fuck.
We've talked about the pictures that all the Democrats let out too, where he's standing with the girls at the beauty pageant. So that's not AI. Why would they do that and say, look, he's with young girls when he wasn't?
You get hung up on these things that are
believe,
just irrelevant. Yes, I'm sure he hung out with women that were not underage. He has bragged about walking in and seeing underage
girls
women
at the beauty pageant
changing. You've heard him say that. I played that clip for you.
You've told me that.
You have seen him react like this to Caitlin Collins, asking,
look at her. Her disposition is changing. She's uncomfortable. Did you see that move that she make? You can tell when somebody get uncomfortable, they start moving around and, doing the little uncomfortable things. And she didn't like that, but she know that's true. That part is true, but, we'll let her keep supporting her man. I guess that's not enough.
Legit questions. He says, you're a piece of shit. Your network's a piece of shit. That's why you have low ratings. We all need to move on from this. It's like I'm looking at an email where Elon Musk is asking Jeffrey Epstein to set up a party with underage girls. We need to move on from this. Elon Musk stood in the Oval Office and was running the country for the first 6 months of Trump's presidency.
I thought I read some of that where it said he never attended.
He's emailing with this guy to set up parties 4 years after he's been convicted, pled guilty in a child sexual assault case.
Right. Then why just a year ago did he have it out with Trump and say, let the files out?
Because I think Elon Musk, maybe correctly so, believes I am the richest man in the world. I can do whatever I want.
Yeah. He's almost a trillionaire now, I think. Yeah.
But you can see how this is a collection.
But what does one thing has to do with the other? She sat there and read the email, read what Elon Musk said, and she still, well, if it is true, well, I don't know. And she got the evidence right there in her face. It's really unbelievable. If I wasn't sitting here listening to it, I really, and somebody came and told me this story, I would actually tell them that they're lying.
Of purely evil billionaire men who were doing whatever they wanted.
Yes, I do.
Trump is one of them.
If they are pedophiles, they need to rot in hell and go to jail.
Right.
I don't know how many times I've said this and go straight down.
Right, but I'm asking you to look at something here.
I'm asking you, how do we believe that? How do we get this? All the chatter for real? How do we know? How do we know?
Because you look at what's in front of you.
Take them each one to court.
They're never going to go to court. They have too much money. That's part of this problem. When a person has $1 billion, nothing can happen to them. How long did Epstein do this? Eventually he got, committed suicide in jail or whatever.
Right.
But he was doing this for decades without any repercussion.
Right.
They all have been. If you have enough money in this world, you can do whatever you want. And these fuckers at the top are evil. The things they want to do are evil.
But he didn't come from a lot of money, his family. And he was, this whole thing was set up, I think.
Who didn't come from money?
Epstein. People gave him money to start this.
Irrelevant. Irrelevant.
Okay. But someone gave him a bunch of money and said,
what does that have to do with the price of butter? Because people gave him money. And why were they giving him money? So she's supporting she's making the case for her own statement, for her own denial. Okay, so he wasn't born rich, but he died rich. How did he get rich? When he died, how did he get rich? Where did he get his money from? He got his money from trafficking little kids, allegedly. All of these big billionaires and millionaires and powerful people all around the world was paying him for the services that he was providing, which were children, unfortunately, allegedly.
And let's get this going. Let's entrap people.
Great.
Let's do prostitution stuff so I can get evidence on people.
Sure, probably. Okay, and I'm asking you to think about this. Donald Trump is at the middle of it all. He's friends with Epstein. They're trading girls back and forth between Mar-a-Lago and Epstein's Island. That's all documented. As soon as Trump gets into office, what does he do? He installs Elon Musk and Howard Lutnick, both of whom are in contact with Epstein. All of Trump's inner circle is in contact with Epstein. He's in contact with Epstein. You think Trump is the only person in that chain of people who isn't partaking in these parties, who isn't doing the bad stuff?
No, a lot of people.
Right. But Trump too. Like, if you're hanging out constantly with a bunch of people who do this terrible shit, you really think that person's just like, doesn't know about it? Like, do you think Trump knew this bad shit was going on?
Yes, and that's why he cut off ties with him. And
that's a crime.
He cut off ties.
Well, why didn't he report it?
To cut off ties with him?
To know that somebody is committing child sexual abuse and not report it and keep hanging out with them. He didn't cut ties. That's part of what the Epstein files is saying too. Trump is lying, just like Lutnick did about saying, we knew immediately he was gross and we never went to his island. Cut to, well, here's an email 4 years later where you're asking to go to his island. Trump did the same thing.
They all need to be held accountable some way, somehow.
Even Trump.
And help the victims. If it's all true, yes.
Okay.
I don't know how many times I have to say this.
I don't know. I just never feel like you are quite grasping exactly what's going on here, or that you believe what's in these files.
The tip hotline stuff, I do not believe that.
Okay.
That's kind of been proven that was all.
Okay, let's get off the tips. I'm with him.
No one came forward after they called him back. No one would come in and
Shit, I'm with Chad. I want to get off the tip hop line too, because we done went through a whole lot of scenarios, and she's still back at square one. All just so she can uphold Agent Orange's name and exonerate him, basically.
say yes. Same accusations from same phone.
Yeah. Do you think Howard Lutnick and Elon Musk are fine, like Donald Trump said?
Like I said, probably no. Probably,
Okay.
I don't know, Chad. I don't know.
But you have
This
to come
This
to
is like reading a book, and do you believe the book or do you not? Until proven guilty and they're taken to trial in court.
But that doesn't mean anything to you either. Trump has been found guilty of 34 felonies, and you
Right.
don't believe it. That happened in a court.
Not found guilty.
Yes.
Yes, he was.
Found
why-
guilty.
Okay.
You want to read this?
Yeah,
to you?
let's read that. Let's read that.
Okay. A New York jurors in the New York criminal trial against former President Donald Trump have convicted him of 34 felony counts of falsified business records. This was May of 2024. Are you listening to me? What's going on?
Yes, yes.
What are you
I was
looking at?
Googling too. Go, I'm listening.
This is the first time a former or sitting U.S. president has been convicted of criminal charges. The jurors said they unanimously agreed, that Trump falsified business records to conceal a $130,000 hush money payment to Stormy Daniels. The 34 felony counts are, let's see, invoices for legal services, guilty on 11 of 11 charges, checks paid for legal services, guilty on 11 of 11 charges, ledger entries for legal expenses, guilty on 12 of 12 charges. And it just lists them all. That's a giant list of 34 things. Do you want me to go through them? Invoice for Michael Cohen
No.
marked as
And
record
he's
of Donald
not,
J. Trump.
and he's not in jail, right? So
Huh?
he's not in jail.
Because he became president, and that's that. The Supreme Court has said you can't put a president in jail. And that's it.
And president
He was
has
found
full
guilty,
immunity.
and then before sentencing, he became president, and now it's just gone. Do you see how corrupt that is? Hello?
I'm here.
He's above the law now. He's been found guilty of 34 felonies.
I want to know why she didn't answer that question. He asked her, do you see how corrupt that is? But she never gave an answer. She just gave a look, you know. And so, like I said, she answered what she want to answer. She believed what she want to believe. And the factual things, they're just dismissed, you know. So once again, can this lady be saved? I don't know. I just don't know.
He won't do a day in jail. You don't think that's bad?
That was all done. It was over.
Okay. You don't get it. Thank you for joining me today. I don't know what to do at this point in order to get you to see what is actually happening here. It's astounding to me that just nothing registers if Trump is involved.
What do you want me to say?
Look
What
at
do you
she
want me to
mad.
say?
She
I
had
don't
a
agree with
history.
anything if those people did that. Okay? I don't agree with that. They should all rot in hell and go to jail.
Okay.
So,
Except Trump.
no, he should too. If he did that, he's not my president. I don't know how many times I've told you this, and he should be in hell and go to jail, or
But
go to jail
you
then
keep
go to
saying
hell.
that like if he did those things, but then I'm showing you like, okay, here's the allegations against him, and you're like, well, that was just a tip line, so you dismiss it. Okay, here's
That
what he
Allegations.
Yes.
You're right.
okay,
Allegations.
sure, and then but they're not going to investigate them because he controls the DOJ. Do you see how the whole deck is stacked? He controls every one of the governmental agencies that could possibly investigate him. He has told those agencies. He installed Pam Bondi, who's not going to ever do anything bad against him. Kash Patel is so far up his fucking butthole, it's embarrassing. He's not going to ever do anything against him. They are actively concealing information to protect him, including the redaction of his name in the Epstein files.
There will be more pressure put on him to keep doing this and investigate the people that are in there.
Who's going to pressure Trump while he's in office? Can anybody answer that for me in the chat? Because I don't know what part of this she's not getting, that he's running all of the departments. It's his show. No one is going to prosecute. Even the FBI the head of the FBI said that nothing else is going to be done. They're not going to prosecute anybody. They're not going to further investigate. This is a done deal. All is happening is we're going to get these files and nothing else is going to be done by these, with these files. Trump ran on the fact that he was going to release them. They're being released. That's all. That's it. So I don't know who it is that's going to go after him while he's the president. And her son just told her, you can't imprison a president. A president can't go to jail while he's in the presidency. So what part of this does she don't understand? I don't get it. I just don't get it.
There has to be.
But who cares? All he has to say is, Pam Bondi, we're done. Kash Patel, we're done. Go steal some more ballots for me and let's control the next election. He has installed loyalists at every meaningful position in these government agencies who are now actively breaking the law on his behalf, almost on a daily basis. And so when you see that clip of him yelling at Caitlin Collins, we should move on. You're not nice. You don't smile enough. That's because he's pissed off that people won't let it go, because he knows if we get to the bottom of this, he is fucked. He knows that. That's the only explanation for that kind of behavior.
Yeah, that wasn't good. I don't know. I don't know anymore, Chad. I really don't know.
Okay, that's good.
The world is crazy. Did you see the illegal? It was 2 illegals in Dallas. I didn't even talk to Haley
2 illegal what?
Like nationals from Mexico.
2 human beings?
Yeah.
All right.
Illegal aliens up on top of a bridge shooting at people in Dallas as they drove over the highway.
No, I didn't see it.
I didn't even talk to Haley about that.
This was today?
This was about 4 days ago.
I didn't see it.
I didn't
Send me a
either.
link.
The world's crazy. I don't know what to do.
That slid right by me, and I normally keep up with the news.
You always come to these like kind of final conclusions like, well, everything's crazy. I don't know. Maybe it was AI. And then you believe the AI shit when it's against somebody you don't like. But you don't believe it, huh?
No, he's only let 16 people freeze in this bitter cold is all.
Who?
New York mayor, for not bringing them in off the street. 16 people froze to death.
Well,
There's a lot of
45 people have died in ICE custody so far, so. Trump's doing it too.
So there you have it.
Okay.
Thanks for doing this.
I don't think that it's gonna. I don't. Well, let me just say this. She's not gonna be saved this show. Okay, this ain't the show that she's gonna be saved on. Everything that he told her, she debunked or didn't believe, or pushed back on it, or just say she don't know, or she tried to deflect and change the subject, just like she tried to do at the end of the video. And so I guess I can answer my question. I don't think that you can reach some people that's considered MAGA. I just don't think that you can reach them. Like Trump said before, he can go out, he can be in New York, go out on 5th Avenue and shoot 100 people or a bunch of people, and he'll still be president, and everybody will be okay with that. And that's the mindset that he want everybody to have. He want everybody to believe everything that he say, be okay with everything that he does. Don't do as he do, but just do as he say. Everyone else has to follow the law, but he can break the law anytime he feel like it. He can, he can be a dictator. He can be a king. He can be the judge and the jury, because that's what he's doing in this immigration situation. In my opinion, you're being the judge and the jury all in one scenario, all at one time. Nobody gets due process. Nobody get a lot of people. We've had 5 so far. 5 people have been unalived by ICE. No one is stopping him. Like Chad said, who's gonna stop him if he's running all of these different agencies? And I'll put the link in the chat also too, if anybody want to come up and talk about it. But he's basically, he's the man. He's in charge. Nobody can stop him. Nobody can charge him with anything. Nobody is going to investigate him about anything. Now, if he do something on a state level, that's a whole totally different story, because some of these blue states will come after him and they'll wait for him to lead the presidency, like Fannie Willis was trying to do in Atlanta, but the state Senate shut her down in Atlanta. And so Trump has a powerful machine behind him. And even in some of these states, they're protecting him, and they're not going to let anybody bring any charges against him if he commit laws in their state. And I just never seen a person in the United States that was above the law. This is a prime example of a two-tiered justice system. It's one set of rules for the rich and the powerful, and then it's another set of rules for everybody else. Because Elon Musk is not being investigated, Howard Lutnick is not being investigated. But guess who guess who up in Congress having to testify right now today? They've subpoenaed Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. Okay, so they subpoenaed Bill and Hillary, and they want Bill and Hillary to come and testify about the Epstein files. They haven't gotten anybody else, that's in the files other than Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. And the reason why they got Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton, because they know a lot of people dislike the Clintons, right? And the Clinton name is like Obama name and like Biden name to MAGA. It's a dog whistle name. It's red meat to the base. So anything that you can do to try to bring them down, make them look bad, make it look like that they're guilty of things that they're not guilty of, or just have them on, just have them in those hearings and have them on TV so that everybody can see they're investigating, the Clintons. And when was Bill Clinton president? Was that over 30 years ago? I believe. I think Bill Clinton was president in the 90s. So you're going back from 30 years ago and investigating Bill Clinton for being on Epstein Island, but you're not investigating Trump, who was in Epstein's island on the island in the 2000s. Okay, so make that shit make sense. And that's the game that the Republicans play. That's the games that the MAGA play. And that's the game that America, some people in America is going along with, but little by little, the house of cards is falling down. It's a lot of people that have waken up. It's a lot of people that have left MAGA. And it's a lot of people see this for what it really is. Nothing but a big grift, nothing but law, a bunch of lies, falsehoods, chaos, and money grabbing. Basically, that's what's going on right now. In my opinion, we're experiencing the biggest heist in America right in plain view. Americans are being robbed blind, right in plain sight. No one is doing anything about it. The Constitution is being dismantled little by little, chirped and chipped away, inch by inch. No one is doing anything about that. I'm pissed off at the Democrats, because instead of the Democrats using the little power that they do have, like not fund these when they have these funding bills, the Democrats don't have to go along with that. They can demand things out of the funding, and you can't shut the country down forever. The country do have to be, Fox is saying your device is not connected. So why don't you go out and come back in again? Because your device is not connected. Okay, here you go. So I'm pissed off at the Democrats because, in my opinion, the Democrats are not doing enough. They're sitting back, and in my opinion, they just want to capitalize off of all the crazy and awful things that Trump is doing in office so that they can be in power in November, which all the things that's going on, you're going to be in power anyway, because the American public is not buying this ICE mess. They're not buying this grifting mess. And they're not on board with all these policies that Trump is trying to implement with the stroke of a pen. They're not buying. The American public is not buying it anyway. So why not fight as hard as you can for the public? But no, they're sitting back and just letting him just put his foot in his mouth so that they can capitalize later on when the election time comes. So that's the problem that I have with the Democrats. Okay, but I'm still gonna, even though I got problems with them, at least they acknowledge the Constitution. At least they want to follow laws and bylaws and guidelines and precedent, you know. So at least they're trying to do halfway right. So that's the reason why I'm gonna have to roll with them versus the other side who just want to dismantle the Constitution and not paying attention to it and set up a brand new world of dictator order. Hey, Foxy, thank you for joining me. Can you hear me? Because I can't hear you unless you're on mute.
Oh, hello.
Hey,
Yeah,
how you feeling?
A little bit. I got some medicine up in me, so I said.
You're kind of going in and out. Okay. So I think she's having some issues with her internet and maybe she'll come back. Let me, well, the link is still in the chat, so nobody's really putting a lot in here, so she can still find the chat. But yeah, I feel like the Democrats are doing as less as possible at this point because they're banking on winning. And like I said, they're going to be winning anyway because they have been winning. We just put a Democrat in the state Senate in Texas. It's been 30 years since somebody won the district in Fort Worth. Fort Worth haven't went blue in what 30 years. Kentucky Democrats have been winning. Florida, Tennessee, Kentucky, and even in Alaska, you have a great candidate that's going to run for Senate. And so the Democrat and also in Iowa, a Democrat won the seats. So the proof is in the pudding. The American public is on board with the Democrats. But why? Because some things, in my opinion, some things that's being torn up now, some of that stuff you're not going to be able to put back together, i.e. relationships with foreign countries. You're not going to be able to put that. You're not going to be able to mend that. That's not going to be able to piece back together. You're still not connected with your device, Fox. You know, like I said, relationships, foreign relationships, you can't put that back together. Can't put that genie back in the bottle. So like I said, a lot of things that's happening, you know, you're not going to be able to put back. Can you rebuild the East Wing back up? Because right now the construction has stopped on that. He's closed down the Kennedy Center, and I wholeheartedly feel like he's going to tear that down also. And that's just my opinion and allegedly. But I feel like he got some plans for the Kennedy Center also, since everybody decided that they canceled their engagement with them, that nobody want to go and perform at the Kennedy Center. So he closed it down for the next 2 years. But Foxy, what you think about this lady? Do you think she can be deprogrammed? If you're speaking, we can't hear you.
When you get people approximately their age, they don't want it. They get stuck in their ways. I don't care how much you tell them, they're not going.
Your sound going in and out, Fox. Put your microphone.
Until they see him behind bars, they're not going to believe nothing anybody say.
But that's the whole
thing.
They
got to see him. We have a mugshot.
He's not gonna go behind bars.
I mean, he's behind
bars.
He's not
gonna be arrested, huh?
Before they really realize that he lied.
I don't know what's going on with your sound, Foxy, but we can't hear you. Can you hear me? Well, you know, she's saying that until he go behind bars, that's when people are gonna believe that. But who's gonna arrest him? Who's gonna put him behind bars? I don't know anybody that's gonna be able to put him in jail. And even if he lived long enough to be the president and leave office, I don't feel like the next president is gonna want to deal with him. The next president is probably gonna say, we need to move on as a country. You know how they do. Let's just all try to get along, forget about everything that he did, just like Biden did in the first, when Biden won, because at the end of the day, in 2020, there was a lot of things that Biden could have went after him for in 2020 because he broke the law then, in my opinion, allegedly, and Biden didn't really want to touch it. He waited 2 years before he even started investigating him with those classified documents, which the investigation took up damn near 2 years. So when it was time to go to court, Biden was no longer in office. The Democrat didn't win the office for 2024. And so now you have Trump back in office. So now the classified case is gone. And so every avenue that we've taken, and in my opinion, I don't feel like Biden wanted to prosecute him. That's just my opinion and my thought. Because if he really wanted to go after him, then he should have went after him day one. He should have hit the ground running day one on January 20th when he was sworn in 2021. Now, at the end of the day, other dignitaries are being investigated. We heard Chad, tell his mom that in Lithuania, Slovenia, and he said somewhere else, they're being investigated, and an investigation is going on, right? Prince Edward in the UK, his dad, his brother, Prince Charles, took away his royalship. Okay, he got demoted. He can't even, he's not a royal anymore. And so other countries do prosecute their president if their president, break their laws. Only here in America do we feel like we can't prosecute our president if they're unlawful. So I guess if you're the president in America, you can just get away with anything you want to get away with. Supreme Court is going to uphold you, because the Supreme Court said he had total immunity as long as he's doing it in the capacity of his job. Then he can do anything there, he can do anything he want to do, and nobody can prosecute him for that. And so that's another reason why when he leave office, nobody's going to prosecute him, because the Supreme Court said he got total immunity. Okay. Now I'm sure there are guidelines, of the immunity that he have, because right now he's kicking the shit out of the emoluments clause, where he's making all type of money while he's president and using the presidency as leverage, right? And he's grifting off of the presidency right now with other countries, making all these deals and all kind of money for his quote unquote personal business, and nobody is saying a thing about that. So I don't want to hear no MAGA crying. I don't want to hear no Republicans crying, because when the next Democrat president come in, all of these precedents that are being set, even bringing Bill Clinton in to the Congress to make him testify against for the Epstein files. Well, get ready to see some of y'all Republican presidents come in, and George Bush think he's slick. His name haven't been mentioned that much, but George Bush is in the files also. Okay, and I'm interested and eager to find out where George Bush fall in line with these Epstein files. And don't get me wrong, just because your name is in the files doesn't mean that you're necessarily guilty of this, that, and the other. But I'm real interested to see what part did George Bush play in this saga. But anyway, I just wanted to bring this show. Like I said, shout out to the Neccesary podcast. And make sure you guys go over there and subscribe to the channel if you want to hear more interesting conversations with him and his parents. Like I said, his father is very funny, the way he cusses his son out. Also, the sister and the father are absent tonight, because normally it's 4 of them up there. It's the sister, the brother, the mom, and the dad. And the daddy is so far gone on MAGA, there's no change in his mind. If the dad would have been in on this conversation, he would have been just cussing his son out, calling him a communist and all other kind of words that he decided to call him. And so sorry about that, guys. I don't know what happened. Foxy, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, my whole background changed. Did you change the style or something?
No.
Okay. I just everything changed.
I see.
The whole, you know what? The whole okay, here we go. but the whole scenario changed. I don't know what happened. But when you came back in, whatever, it doesn't matter. We're back, and so, but what I was just saying is, they're setting precedents right now, so they better get ready. I don't like this background here; it's too dark for me. Let me change it to that one. I don't. They better get ready for when the Democrats come in office, because you're setting all these new presidents, and you can rest assured the Democrats are going to be doing some things that they don't like either.
Well, that happened with all the administrations. One administration going to do something the other one are not going to like. And the thing is that bothers me. I used to say every time I turn around, if I hear Biden one more damn time, I'm going to scream. They go to excuse is Biden did this and Biden did that and Biden did this. They never want to face the truth that Trump could do anything wrong. And it's like they putting him as their God. This man just not capable of doing anything wrong. And it's sad because it's like, you really, really feel that this man cannot do anything wrong. Even all through Biden's administration, people have complained about things he's done. We found fault in him. But it's like with this man, there's nothing they can find. It's like he's God.
Yeah, it's like no matter what he does, it's always right. He's never wrong. He can do no wrong. And anything he say, go. And you heard what she said at the end. Well, I just don't know about the world now. It was always deflection when there was a factual fact put in front of her. She didn't want to face that truth, and she didn't want to, face that music.
Well, you see that with us when we on OTR. They come in there in the chat and they blah, 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 blah. But when you start bringing facts to them, they start coming out. They start leaving. I remember, I think me and you and some others of our content creators have said it's like they love drama. It's like they're stuck on drama, but if there's no drama in this actual facts, they're boring. And it's
he told her about AI. Remember, she was trying to bring Madani up. Well, what about Madani? And his mom, he said, well, that's AI. He was a baby and he was there on the island. It's AI. But his mom was there. She did a movie. She did a movie premiere, some type of movie, and she was there celebrating, the fact that she made this film. Apparently, Epstein must have financed it, or he had something to do with it. Okay. Right. I don't know if he probably, more than likely, he probably financed it. And that's just me not knowing the whole total situation of why Madani mama was there. But that would be the only reason why I would feel like she would be there, especially she's a filmmaker, right?
Right.
And so he tried to explain to her, well, she was there on the island, but it don't say that she was doing anything. Well, see, she was on the island. She was ready to just tear that lady's head off because she was at the island. And like her son was saying, she's not accused of doing anything other than being on the island. And like I just said, everybody that's been on the island is not necessarily guilty of doing nefarious things.
Right. And the thing is, she kept saying the island. He kept saying, forget the island. It was other places too. It was right there in Mar-a-Lago where he lived at. There was things that was done. So what?
And places that he did the beauty pageant, because those beauty pageants was at in different venues.
Right. There were most of the beauty pageants, a lot of them during that time was at Trump hotel there in and up here in New Jersey,
in New York.
So in New York, so come on, lady. And then when he kept telling her that Trump was there, it's like, okay, he was there, but but he was there, ma'am. You still ain't catching on. He's still there. He was still
and
there.
He's friends with a known pedophile,
right?
Known, convicted,
and she just couldn't get it in her head.
And Harry Lucknett is the Secretary of Commerce.
Right.
Elon Musk was in Doge, who got all of our personal information.
Right. Elon told him, do you want me to go ahead and release him before he even left out of the White House?
Right.
And he told me, the people in there were the real good people, and he was a real good man. And I'm like, wait a minute, did you just say that a known rapist is a good man? I'm like, do anybody be listening to what he say out of his mouth?
I don't think so. I think when they see him, it's like the brain just turns off and it's all hail to the leader. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, you know, when you get excited with seeing somebody, you may not notice everything that's going on around you because you're so excited about this one thing. And that's the way that they act to me. When they see him, it's like all common sense just goes straight out the door, and whatever he say goes, whatever he say is true, and whatever he say is the gospel.
Right. And you know, that's how a lot of people in these churches, you know, they look at a pastor, and that pastor can be wrong as two left shoes. And they're like, but the pastor said, but the pastor did.
Yeah, the church is very notorious for this type of behavior, weird behavior.
Right. And I'm like, no, the pastor is a human being. The pastor is man. He still can make mistakes.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you're a troublemaker. Oh, if you
you're a troublemaker when you call it out.
Right. And then when you show them proof that he's a troublemaker, well, you know, that's the devil in you. Okay, now you're a demon, you're a devil, you're everything.
Okay, the devil made him do it at that point, huh?
Excuse me. Yeah, you know, it's everybody wrong but him. Nobody could be wrong but the pastor. And I sit back and tell the pastor he can make a mistake just as well as any other person. I'm not perfect. I make mistakes. But it don't mean that I'm gonna sit back and believe everything that come out of somebody's mouth and make it gospel. Until, look, if it ain't Jesus, I ain't gonna believe it. Everything.
And you know the funny thing about this situation is MAGA swear that they're Christians.
Well, we heard you know, on your live the other night on OTR, you saw that man broke it down to them, and they still like,
Now that's the funny part about all of this. MAGA swear that they're, you know, that they're Christian nationalists. Which that's an oxymoron within itself because the church and the state's supposed to be separate.
Right.
Okay. First of all, you shouldn't have church involved in nothing that has to do with politics, and they feel like that they're doing the right thing. They feel like Trump is the chosen one. He even said he was the chosen one on a video.
Well, you know, when he was in office the first time, remember when he walked down in there in front of the church and had the Bible upside down? He said Jesus is dead. He's not here, but I am. So I am your Jesus. When he said that right there got me. When he said he took the place,
Jesus.
Yep, he took Jesus' place, and the people was cheering it on when he said it. And that's what bothered me. I'm like, y'all are Christian, and you say you believe in Jesus, but this man said Jesus
that's
is dead.
That's paganism, ain't it?
Yeah, he said Jesus is not here. Do you see him? I'm here. I'm your next Jesus. So you know, basically listen to me. And these people go, okay.
Wow. I just never thought that I would see so many grown people, you know, that would just uphold wrongness to the fifth power.
Well, you know,
this is just astounding to me.
You saw Revelations. Revelation said there's going to be an antichrist, and there's going to be thousands and thousands of people to
Mark
follow
of the
him.
beast.
Right, and look what happened. We got thousands and thousands of people following him.
So instead of having them 666, you got to have that "Make America Great Again" hat on. That red hat is the 666.
That's the 666. Hi, Vicky.
Hey, Vicky. Thanks for joining us tonight. Good evening.
Good evening, everyone. Hey,
how you doing?
I don't want to interrupt y'all's train of thought.
Oh, you're not. This is what we do, child.
Yes, child.
I was watching earlier the prayer breakfast. You know, I don't know if y'all caught pieces. I didn't watch the whole thing, but I caught pieces of it, and I'm just I guess I said what I said. I sent you a video that talked about like I guess I'm understanding why these people just won't give up on this so-called savior of theirs, this newfound savior, because if they don't have someone just saying their quiet part out loud, not the entire nations, but their quiet part out loud, it's giving them an excuse to be mediocre. It's still giving them an excuse to be just lazy, not mediocre, not have to achieve for anything. He's just saying like, you just keep being you. It's not you. You're not the problem. You're not the reason why you haven't succeeded in life. It's all these other people who are not of the same color and the same race as you. I just I don't understand it. I don't understand it. I think he's loud and wrong, and that's why it gives them credence. Like, it gives them a reason to be able to just jump out there and say.
And he talks like them.
Yes, he does.
They understand that folky language, the folksy language that he used.
He's
right down to earth with them, and he talked just like them. And that's another reason why I feel like they uphold his wrongness too.
And I think and that's the one thing I want, like the Democrats to understand too, when during campaigning, like, if you've seen that this has worked twice, I mean, if we see another, God bless it, if we see another campaign, if the USA survives, if they don't do, what is it, the what's the amendment that would
25th Amendment?
Yeah, if I don't understand what's taking the Democrats so. Let me just pause right there. What is taking the Democrats so long to go?
You got to realize the Democrats. Okay, the Democrats are fighting the best they can, but you got to remember the Republicans is running the House and the Senate. So unless they get some of them to come over to their side, where they have more power to overrun him. That's why the federal judges are doing what they're doing, because the Democrats don't have no power to stop him, because they're not in charge of the House.
Yes, they do. They don't have to vote. They don't have to. You see all those people that he installed into his cabinet. They didn't have to. They didn't have to agree with that. People like Howard Lutnick, they didn't have to approve. They didn't have to confirm him in the Senate. You don't have to confirm anybody. You don't have to sign off on these budgets. And when you do sign off on the budget, why not get something? Remember, they shut the government down for 2 months and they got nothing out of it. Nothing.
A promise to bring a bill to the floor. And when it was time to bring it to the floor, they kicked it down the road. Because he is like the type of person you just cannot give an inch to. You cannot, because his mind is so gone. I'm dealing, like, you could tell that he's in serious mental decline. So his true nature is coming out in this mental decline. And I'm not saying I feel sorry for him, because he's always been a bad person. But he's in serious mental decline, and I'm kind of dealing with that with my grandfather. He's kind of just he's in like mental decline as well, and
so you can recognize the signs.
Yeah, it's just loud and wrong, and like everything, if as soon as you disagree with them, or you question him about something, or did you eat this? Did you eat the last orange? It's like him. You ask him a simple question. Well, what do you think about this? Well, I just know that, I know that, well, I don't understand why Democrats are here. I don't understand why they're here at a prayer brunch, at a dang old prayer brunch. Why would you even be here? They're not going to vote for me. Just loud and wrong.
Tribalism at its finest. In every place.
It's absolutely, I mean, it's bizarre, but I see what he's doing. You almost kind of like, it's like he's just trying to set his family up for, like, he's trying to get a part of, like, he's just trying to build a legacy up. Is what I see he's doing. He's trying to steal as much money as he can for his family to leave behind, and he's trying to
give them 5 years after he gone, and they all gonna be broke like he was.
Oh, the sons definitely will. Maybe not Ivanka, but the sons definitely will.
Yeah, they're gonna squander all of that money away.
And Melania might take her son off somewhere, because I think the other son is in school. He might be in school. Who knows? I don't know. I don't care. But he's teaching the youngest son how to be a grifter too. But they're gonna lose if we. Which I do believe we're going to survive this. It's just going to be, it's going to take a lot of, it's going to take a lot to get us back in order. Whenever we get through this, because I believe we will, his name will be dirt and mud in these streets. So, but what he's trying to get as much money as possible, because I don't know if he's
and in the history books, this will
Mhm.
live on forever.
He'll have an asterisk next to his his name.
That part. He
What
gonna be like Prince, have a symbol.
girl? At least Prince had like a self-designed symbol. He might have emoji. What is it? The turd emoji next to his symbol. Have you heard? I know this is kind of like being sophomoric, but have you seen the little videos where they say they think he's pooped on himself while he's in the meetings, and the people are just like,
and the lady pushing her nose, doing her nose,
holding her nose. I just don't understand. I don't know. I guess I don't have the thirst and the desire for money that much to just hold my tongue and say, you know what, mother effer, F
they
you.
say he does that all the time.
Farts on himself or poops on himself?
Both, all the time.
Now, I did hear something that's like, it was somebody who worked on the what was his TV show, the not The Associate, what is
The
it?
Apprentice.
The Apprentice. They said that they would have to take, there was a guy who talked about, he said he would have to take frequent stops to clean him up because of his quote, air quote, allegedly his whatever stuff he likes to take, it gave him bad, he would fart and it would give him bad diarrhea, and he would mess himself a lot. So it seems.
Or that Sasha Riley did something.
Who is Sasha Riley?
Remember that Sasha Riley story? Go back and listen to search Sasha Riley. It's on YouTube.
Okay, I know that I saw the name, like, because I haven't gone too far in the files, because when some of the stuff I'm hearing them read out loud to me, and it's just too much. It's like,
child, I was up to 3 or 4 o'clock this morning reading the files.
Girl, it's like it's not surprising. Some of that stuff, is familiar to me because I was abused as a child. Some of the stuff is similar to the abuse that I experienced.
Yeah, so you can't take it all.
Yeah,
but I feel like the reason why his bowels are loose like that for other nefarious reasons, but I digress.
Well, that's what I was saying. That
it's all allegedly.
it's alleged. It's alleged that then that's why he used to sniff all the time. Like but you know what I've listened to doctors talk about his like condition too, him like constantly breathing through his mouth and doing that slurping sound. That's another sign of his decline too, because he's like his airways are kind of getting constricted. So we may not have long with him, but I know y'all.
And don't forget, guys. Don't forget. C-19 has a long-term effect, especially with the older people. Some people, and remember, he had it bad. He almost got out of here with it. Remember? When Mark came on the TV and told us that president was doing bad, man down. Trump got mad at him the first time he was in office, because I wholeheartedly feel like they had him incubated. I feel like he was on life support. I don't have any evidence of that, but I do know he was the first one to take the experimental drugs for C-19.
They gave him the good stuff.
They gave him the good stuff. Yeah, they basically used him as a guinea pig, and he's so hungry for life, he didn't care. He just want to, wake up again, But I really feel like he was really probably on life support at that time. That's why Mark, what's Mark's last name? I can't think of it, but he was his chief of staff. Mark Meadows.
Oh, Mark Meadows.
Yeah.
Okay.
Remember when Mark Meadows came out on TV and said the president doing bad and he got C-19 and we just don't know. He panicked because he thought it was the end for Trump. So so in my mind, if it's that bad, that means homeboy must be on life support, allegedly.
I think I remember back when he got it, and I don't think he was doing well, and I think whatever they gave him, they had to give him like the super powered, because we didn't see him for like what, about damn near 2 weeks.
About 2 weeks, yeah.
It's about 2 weeks. So and they want to say he's the healthiest president ever. He's this.
No,
he's that.
Can't be. And I feel like he got some remnants, some residual from C-19 also. And also too, when you are getting out of here, um, when your bowels are uncontrollable, that's a sign.
He's got a death rattle.
Mm-hmm.
It's coming in. You know what I mean? Like, I don't. I think all of us have seen people who
Don't
were.
say I have no death rattle. Y'all just trying to get me out of here. I'm not
No, but
going anywhere.
it's creeping up in his voice. It's slowly but surely just creeping up. Um, that's why he's talking about his mortality a lot more. Like, he says it in these little slick ways, but
Right.
And
because
the Athrans and all
And
that
and I'm
stuff.
gonna tell y'all something else. Elon Musk was terrified when he was in Doge. He had extra security because Elon Musk thought somebody was gonna take him out also.
well, I mean, he's not a good person. So, I mean, there are people out there who have a lot who he's not a good person. There's people out there who I'm sure have a lot of vendettas against him. He's just not a good person. Elon wants to do is get high, be with his woman, and take over the world.
Which one?
Elon, which woman?
Yeah, you
I
got 13 kids. Which woman he trying to be with?
I forgot this. I think he's still with the singer. I think he's with the singer. Cause I think he's with the singer.
Yeah, he was the singer.
Okay, yeah, they've
That's what
been.
I heard, allegedly.
I don't know, cause I mean he's an unattractive. He's a very unattractive man. His money gets him where he's got to go. So, and I think he knows that too. But he's gonna get knocked down a peg or two because Tesla is another thing that is funny to me with the MAGA people. Trump didn't was very gung ho on like we got to get the oil, we got to get the oil, we got to get the oil. But then here's Elon about the electric cars, and it kind of but they were like best buddy bros, and then here comes Elon with this Doge crap. Knocking. Yes, I understand. Like sometimes the federal government it can be bloated, but he just knocked out all these positions that are necessary now, and they have to call a lot of these people back. And a lot of those people didn't even want to come back if they have to work under these like strenuous conditions. Um, but isn't it contradictory? Like, okay, Elon's trying to promote and pump up his electric cars, and then all Trump's trying to do is promote, like, get the oil. That's where the money is. Get the coal, and no more wind, no electric vehicles. That's bad. But it was just that was a weird relationship. I just think that they're part of that. They're just a part of that billionaires club where they're so rich that they're bored and they just wanted to do something, because all this presidency is just, I just want to be the man, like he said today at not his, but the the prayer brunch. I had to win for my ego. What president says that? What legitimate, decent president says that? You know what the really sad part is, that if and when we get somebody in office who is of higher moral fiber and like more decent and just more coherent than him, other countries are no longer going to trust us. Because if we voted him in twice, and then there are tons of people who are still supporting him, they don't trust Americans as a whole.
They don't trust us now. All those countries that was in NATO do not trust us anymore. They do not trust the United States at all in NATO. They already made it perfectly clear they do not trust us. So it's going to take us another 8 years to even get a little bit of trust from those countries.
I'll say 20.
Possibly.
The whole thing about it is, like I said a while ago, some things you're not going to be able, when Humpty Dumpty falls, some things can't be put back together again. And you can rest assured, we already had issues with Japan and China. they would never, in my opinion, they're not going to trust us again. I don't even feel like they want to do business with us again because they're finding other avenues like Africa. Okay.
Africa, South America.
South America. Yeah. They're finding other avenues to find to do business
Canada. Look, they're doing Canada, South America, Africa. They go Europe, they're even talking to Europe now. So,
we're gonna be the third world country in a minute. If we're not already there. They're even telling their people don't even come over here. They're telling people not to come to the United States in America because it's not safe for them.
Right.
They don't know if they're going to be thrown in a detention camp or not.
And that's the thing is that he got them fooled too. They got them thinking that all the Hispanics are deported over back to their countries, and they're not. They're in the concentration camp. Well, let me correct that. Whatever ones that they do have them in. I heard Alcatraz is back open again. The alligator Alcatraz, they had opened that back up. So it's a few there. There's a lot of them in the one in Texas. They was trying to open, I think, 5 or 6 more, and all of them has been knocked down because of all the companies. One of them was Canada. A man owned warehouse. A big warehouse, looked like it used to be an Amazon warehouse, real huge. And Canada told me if they sell to us, they were going to take their funding from that company. And that company got quite a few of the countries there in Canada, states there in Canada that, funds them. And so they turned around and told them no buy. So I know one was in Utah, Oklahoma, Maryland, New Jersey. Was it Maine? I think it was Maine. It was quite a few. I think it was like 5 or 6 places that they were trying to buy to put the immigrants in.
I know Kansas was one of them, and the people were fighting against that.
Right, and there's 5 other ones that they fighting against, and they have won the battle. So I think it's like one that's still pending in Maryland, the one in Hagerstown, Maryland. They're still fighting against it. That owner has not said yeah or nay yet. But they're still fighting against them here in Hagerstown, Maryland. And in Hagerstown, Maryland. So that just lets me know, they're not shipping them. Everybody thinking they're being deported overseas. They're not. They're still here in the United States. They're just being put in those concentration camps.
Just so they can treat them bad.
Right.
Basically, that's what's going on, giving them people inhumane treatment. And so,
and a lot of people didn't know about the one in Texas, because I was watching when they were getting that young boy and his father. A lot of people that was in the chat when they were doing it live was like, we didn't know about that. We didn't know about that. We thought they was overseas. It's like housing 3,000 or something, 3,500 or something like that. Men, women, and children. So
I hope Greg Abbott have to pay for that also.
So men, women, and children are housed in that one place, and they're not back in their countries. They got them there. They're not giving them medication. They're not giving them the medical needs they need. They're not giving them the food and the water they need. They're giving them dirty water. People are getting sick, and a few have
medical treatment, none whatsoever. And they're giving them and they're giving them bad food. They said they had worms in their food.
Right, worms in the food, the dirty water. They said the water is not purified; it's dirty water. They tell them they either drink it or you just don't have no water. And I'm like, wow. I mean, it's like,
and I don't even think you can get commissary or anything. That you just hold, you just sitting there. And from I heard. Well, I read a story. I forgot exactly what country they were shipping them to, but they deported a group of I don't know if they were like, I don't specifically know. It just happened without due process. The United States made a deal with this country near Samoa that they would just arbitrarily send these detained, if you want to call them illegal immigrants, migrants, whatever, to this country to work for them, and the country just accepted them. Like, so it is. But this is a verified story that they actually,
is it like slavery labor, free labor?
Yeah,
it's pretty much like that. It's like
yeah.
it's not even indentured servitude. It's like, well, you know, whatever we we do whatever we want, and like I believe Homeland Security, like a lot of their attorneys who are processing this stuff, a lot of them are quitting because they just can't, you know, they're seeing what's happening. I don't necessarily know about quitting. It's like, you know, you
Yeah, a lot
quit
of
it.
them are. A lot of them are quitting. A lot of attorneys have quit because they said that it felt like they're fighting a losing battle because they're just overminding them. You know, the people where they're waiting to be there and they don't have no clients because the clients are gone or missing.
Right. They can't find them. They're not they're not logging them properly, but really all they're doing is putting them in that. Really, what I have seen, what they're doing is they're just building a database of any and everybody who is not Caucasian, and they're putting them in Palantir.
Right, and that's
Yeah.
the reason why they want. Remember, they was asking for, I think it's Detroit, Michigan,
Mhm.
for them to, for the governor there to give over their voting information to them, and then they'll get ICE out of there, Michigan. They said they'd take ICE out if they go ahead and give them the voters information they want. No, why would we want to do that? That's no. So they're saying ICE is going to stay there until you give us that voting. So they blackmailing them like, you want ICE out, then give us that information.
And it's crazy because I mean it's so wild when I see when I just like you know, I see the videos, and I know that some of the people may run up to them and be agitated, and I don't want to say agitating, but they interact with ICE instead of just like standing back and recording. um because personally, I've seen what they do. They don't care. They're lawless. They have been given carte blanche to do whatever they want to do. To do whatever they want to do. If they feel like locking you up, because they are literally kidding. You know, taking people, beating you up in the car, and then dumping you, taking your picture so they can get your facial recognition, scan you, put you in the system, taking your fingerprints, and then throwing you out, you know, far away from your house, wherever they picked you up from. I just wouldn't stand back. But when I see people of like color, like black people, you know, or Hispanic people or Asian people a part of this, like,
Right.
yo, are
Yeah,
you?
because the guy that unalived Freddie and Renee Good, both of them were Spanish people. Because their names are out
Mm-hmm.
now.
Yeah.
And both of them were Spanish people.
And
Um.
the guy that did that before they he had put him in a protective custody. They said after they did Pretty, they left the state. They left the state. They didn't even stay around. They left the state. That same right after they did it, they left the state. They weren't even around for them to question. They rolled out. They had to go and find them and bring them back.
Now, see, that's who's going to be prosecuted. Is all of these ICE agents that going around and breaking the law and thinking that they got full immunity, and you may have federal immunity, but you don't have immunity from the state. So that's what they got to be careful about.
And then they really don't have full immunity. That's the thing. They really don't have full immunity, and they don't know this. You know, they ought to see by now. If you ain't got a paycheck, they don't say they don't have none of the medical information. Vicky, they said they had gave one of the content creators that did a video and showed the letter that they gave all the ICE agents that signed up, told them they're gonna get all the medical, basically everything that a federal employee would
I
get.
was getting ready to say that. Yeah, I saw that they're on Reddit now complaining about they're not getting paid.
Right? Yeah.
They're not
Yeah,
getting.
Reddit. That's what it was, Reddit. And they were saying they're not getting paid. They told them they're going to stretch out the bonus. They don't have no insurance. All of this stuff, and they don't realize that if you had total immunity, you would still have all that stuff. You don't even have that stuff. They showed you they don't care about you.
Okay. So somebody had like broke it down. It was like because they were promising them $50,000 sign-on bonuses, right? Because I looked. I'm like, let me just see what is so appealing about this job. Is it really paying like that? So I think they're starting off at 55,000, which is what, like, that's like $28 an hour. to like I think 80 something dollars an hour. I mean, I'm sorry, to 80,000 a year. So they so it's 10,000. You'll get 10,000. The fine print says 10,000 if you have previous experience, 10,000 after you work a certain amount of time, 10,000. You know, it's like they
let me break it down for you. Basically, if you meet the criteria, you get 10,000 per year, and you got to do 5 years to get the 10,000, which he's not going to be in office for 5 years. So that's a scam, in my opinion. Because do you think the next administration is going to let them agents stay on to cause the chaos and havoc and terror that they've been causing to the American public? I guarantee you, all of them will be fired on the spot.
Well, if this man, if he strokes out again, it's gonna be JD Vance. With him and his eyeliner are gonna they're probably JD Vance.
Smoky eye.
Smoky eye.
Queen Black, thank you for joining us. Yeah, Smoky eye JD. I don't think JD Vance would run his administration like this. I think JD Vance, because what we're looking at, guys, what's going on, this is they're implementing Project 2025. This is the playbook in Project 2025, right? JD Vance helped write Project 2025. I just think JD Vance is smarter than Trump, and that's scarier. Which is scarier. That's right, because see, Trump want to go with his mindset and what he think is right, and they tell him to go left, and he's gonna go right because he's gonna do it, his way.
His
right?
way, yeah.
And JD Vance is gonna follow the damn playbook.
And JD Vance is like, sir, you are like you. It's crazy when people come from humble beginnings and then they just they switch up to a place where they try to crush the people who come from the same beginnings that they came from. JD Vance is not. He's a weirdo. I mean, straight up and down. He's a weirdo. And what I believe, this is just my what I see kind of happening. They're preparing JD Vance and Erica Kirk to be a couple, but then like they saw the public wasn't really responding well to like that, that, because that was kind of weird because she was so affectionate with him just directly after Charlie Kirk was his life was taken.
And then Nikki said that he's an assassin. He's an assassin. Remember, Nicki Minaj kind of called him out. Erica Kirk had to shut her up.
We understand what you mean.
They try to laugh it off, but Nicki Minaj kind of, took the cat out the bag on that one.
And the assassin, JD Vance, like, girl, you done thrown away $1 million for that gold card. That means nothing for a novelty.
Now you imitated her good. You did that good.
Well, Vicky got great imitations. Great imitations.
Girl,
but at the end of the day, good. I can't wait for them to throw her away because she's just temporary.
Which one?
Nicki Minaj. She's just
she's already tossed. She's already tossed.
Yeah, she's the casualty of war at this point.
He got her $1 million and it's done. That's all.
Right.
And she didn't bring the see, they don't. That's the thing about these people is there may be still a lot of people who are very much right wing and very much MAGA, but there's still people who are right wing and who understand I'm a conservative, but I may have voted for this man, but I didn't vote for this, and I don't want any of this. I want all of this out the house, and they're starting to drift to either the middle or the Democrat side. And it's sad that there has to be an either or. I don't like always the either or because it seems like it puts us where we have to bump heads. But there's a lot of people who are just feeling like these are tricks. There's a lot of the American, they want to keep us stupid, but a lot of the American public is not stupid.
This lady we just got through watching.
Oh, she's dumb.
Let me just say something about that. I don't understand why everybody is so surprised. This man told you what he was going to do. He told them on the campaign trail what he was intended to do. He said he was going to deport all of these illegal migrants out of this country, and he said some blood would have to be shed. What part of that do you not understand? Can you tell me what part of that you don't understand? He told you exactly what he was going to do. I'm getting rid of abortion, which, that happened. He everything that he said he was going to do, he's doing it, and now everybody is so surprised. The reason why they're surprised is they didn't think it was going to affect them personally. They didn't think that he was going to be arresting their neighbors, their employers, their employees, their friends, their restaurant owners, the people that go to school with their children. They didn't think it was going to happen like this. They didn't think he was going to put the cruelty part in it. But I don't understand, if dude let 500 million people pass away with COVID, what do you expect? What do you expect if he let that many people die in the United States when we had that COVID-19 happen, and that many people got out of here? What else? What else you think he was gonna do?
He don't care. That's the problem. They don't realize he don't care about nobody but himself and his family, and he's only helping them to get money.
He don't even care about his family, in my opinion.
I think he cares about his family. I think he. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I don't think he care about. Okay, let me say it like this: he care about his children because they making money. Okay, they making money. They keeping money. He wants them to be rich. They don't. A daughter don't want to have nothing to do with it.
I advise y'all to go listen to Mary Trump, because she said everything is transactional with him and his kids. But I'm gonna go back on mute and let y'all finish.
And and the thing is, I think that he don't care. It's all about his ego. He. Everybody keep forgetting this man. They're saying that lady was talking about Elon Musk came up from somebody that didn't have nothing. Well, Trump, won't for his father. He wouldn't have had nothing, and he didn't really leave it to him. He didn't want him to have it. He wanted the oldest son to have it, but the oldest son didn't take it, so he was the only one left because nobody else would take it. And then he got in there and he taught him what he know. He father passed away. I don't know which way he went, but he's passed away. So then he's like, okay, now I ain't got dad to look over my shoulder. I can do what I want to do with the money now. And that's when it went south. And he already knew his son didn't know how to handle things. That's the reason why he offered it to the oldest son, because his oldest son was more responsible. Trump was trouble. He sent him off to boarding school. He sent him off to military school. He sent him away because he was uncontrollable then. So what made you think from a child that he going to be controllable now?
He should have been putting his ass in therapy.
Yeah,
because I feel like he's the type of person who I really feel like allegedly that he's really a narc, and he don't have the capacity to feel empathy or sympathy or anything.
Well, you saw what he said about his brother. I mean, his nephew and his great nephew, because he's handicapped. He didn't want to have nothing to do with him because
took his money. His grandfather left money for him to be disabled on, and Trump took that money. And remember when that soldier fell out in the Oval Office a couple months ago?
Mm-hmm.
And he just sit there, he just looked straight ahead like nothing was going on. The man done passed all the way out. He act like it wasn't nothing going on.
That's what people should do when he strokes out in public.
Yeah, and he was looking like, I can't believe this Mickey Ficky messing up my press conference. It's basically the look that he had on his face.
And then remember he said he don't see no heroes because they didn't come home. I mean, they got caught. So they'll tell you right there. And I'm looking at the military people like, oh, he's good. This is the same man that said that the man, because he got caught and he was, for the.
You talking about John McCain?
John McCain.
Yeah, he like people that don't get caught for prisoners.
Right. And I'm like, hello, you was in the military, but then I realized you was in there and they kicked you out of there. You was in military.
You never went to the military.
No. I'm talking about what do you call it?
Military school.
Military school. They kicked him out of there.
That's the closest he got to the military was school.
Meanwhile, Obama is surprising the people, the retired soldiers on the airplane on Veterans Day.
Yeah, he
And
did.
shaking their hands and whatnot. And it's like, am I like yeah, I campaigned for Obama twice. Am I like super into politics and whatever? No, not anymore. But this is just too much because it's kind of like sensation overload. Um, but it's amazing to actually, you kind of miss when there was some that you didn't have to hear about. Like you didn't have to check the news today to see, oh Lord, what's happened? What did he do today? Oh my gosh, it was, or have we gone into
It's like
the
a damn soap opera. Every
have,
day is something.
I don't, like we have to. You're trying to shove a Melania movie down our throat when it's. We need peace. We need peace. We need the peace. The peace needs to come. My husband, he is the greatest peacemaker. It's like,
Mm-mm.
you
No,
know,
no, no, no cyberbullying. Please don't cyberbully.
don't cyberbully.
No
Meanwhile,
cyberbullying on the
she
internet. We gotta protect the
Yeah,
children.
you
come
two. No, you two stop. Must
come
calm
to
down.
find out, she was J.E.'s girlfriend before she was Trump's old lady, and like he married her because he knocked her up because he always just wants to make an honest woman. He doesn't want to make bastard kids. So all he did, he just married her. Just he married her because he knocked her up with
Well,
Barron.
at least he got that in him, I guess.
It's his
When I
reputation. It's all about reputation. And look,
exactly, go ahead. I'm sorry.
look at what happened. Look, I keep telling everybody. Everybody keeps saying, when her movie came out, I said, y'all realize even what's his name, Putin don't even like her. He's embarrassed by it. He said, time he won the election, the first thing Putin did was put out in the magazines, the newspaper, all the news, TV, news and everything. This is America's first lady, and showed her, half naked, and there, and I'm like, that was embarrassing us because
Oh, Putin did that. Wait,
yes,
he put wait.
Yes,
I don't. Okay, I'm not familiar with this.
he put
yeah,
her pictures out this past summer.
yeah.
Her naked pictures.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. It had, blacked out the spots that, was
That's
not
when he called himself trying to get the Ukraine war ended.
So
right.
Putin blasted her the pictures that we've already seen, her naked pictures.
Because Putin controls his social media there in his country. So he put that out on the newspaper, magazines, and on the news.
And on TV,
said,
they were talking about her, laughing at her.
Yep, said this is the United States First Lady.
And this, I don't know what Putin has on him. It must be delicious because that man, like,
All roads lead back to Epstein and money.
And
well,
also,
in my opinion.
I found out he got 2 hotels over there in Russia.
And also, Putin, Russia is the only people that would allow him to borrow money, because the United States,
I forgot about
banks
that.
had shut him down, so he had to go to Russia and get money from Russia. So that's why he's so fond of Russia.
And now they're into it with Israel. Go ahead. Sorry.
Israel and with the what is it? Not
Qatar.
Qatar, because he got a banking account in Qatar. So when he was trying to get that oil from Venezuela, the money that he was going to get from the oil in Venezuela was going to go to that bank.
It already did.
Yeah, and he's supposed to get some more. That's the reason why he said, "I'm the president."
I forgot what I was about to say, but
and he was talking about Putin and the money.
Yeah, with Putin and the money. I forgot. Yeah, Russia was, and because I think that is why his son-in-law now. I know y'all were saying about the Antichrist. I personally think it's Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller and
Stephen Miller running the show, and Steve Bannon.
I
don't think Steve Bannon is running it so much. Steve Bannon would like to, and he's just going around spewing a bunch of nonsense and QAnon conspiracies. But really, it's more
Miller.
Steve Miller. Yeah.
Miller and his twin wife.
Mm-hmm.
Don't he and his wife look like twins? With
Exactly.
that little,
Yes,
they
they do.
they look just alike.
They belong together. We belong together, Mariah Carey. They
Yes,
definitely belong together.
Stephen Miller is the one I went. Because as inadequate and as inept as he has been in life, he's like he gets to live out his fantasies by just whispering in the Trump's ears and just saying we should do this next. Yeah, let's
He's
go
the
ahead.
Agent Orange whisperer.
Yeah, let's go ahead and attack Nigeria. I see they left Nigeria alone. Somebody must have called them and said, no more of that." Okay.
No, Nigeria called them and told them, "Hey, we ready. We ready. Y'all come on over here if y'all want to."
Y'all don't listen to rap. I was about to sing a song. But yeah, he cut that out real quick. It's like but then now they talking about they're gonna go after what country they just kidnapped? What president they just kidnapped?
Venezuela.
Venezuela
And Cuba.
Listen.
And South America told her, you better not. You come again.
I mean, send your kids down there. Like, send Jared Kushner down there to these countries to negotiate nicely with them.
He got these MAGA American patriots that's gonna go for him. These MAGA people gonna send their children up there for him.
I guarantee you, a lot of these soldiers don't want to do this. Just like they didn't want. I mean, when 2001 happened, when the tower attack, happened, I wasn't even 18 yet, but I was trying to join the military, and I was gung ho, and I was like really, really like I was, woohoo! I'm an American patriot. I wanted to join the military. Because we immediately went to war after that. I couldn't join because of my back surgery. I mean, I was willing to lie about I was willing to lie and say I never had back surgery, blah blah blah. They probably, if I'd have lied, they would have accepted me. It didn't matter. They were in need of
whatever that paperwork say, that's what they go with.
Exactly. I probably could have just lied, but good thing I didn't, because I was trying to join the Army, not the Air Force, not the Navy, not I was trying to join the Army. I wanted to be on
the front line.
I wanted to go on the front lines. I was like, I was like the take them all out, let God sort them out. That was my mindset. I'm like, I'm gonna do it for my country. In retrospect, God was saving me, because these people, they won't send their kids out there. That's one thing I can admire about Prince Harry, is that he was on the front lines when he joined the military. He was out there, he was on those planes. He was doing what even though it was a silly war, he was doing what his country needed of him. And the opponents were ready to take him out. They were looking for him. So I don't, they so quick to go ahead and go ahead and we're gonna take out this person, and they better hush up their mouths, and we're gonna annex this country, and we're gonna annex. We need Greenland. We need Greenland. We need Greenland. We need Greenland for the. It's like, what do you?
They don't say, come on over here and get it if you want it. You see, they don't shut up about it.
He's gotten a call somewhere. He's gotten the calls. He knows when to shut up. That's the crazy part.
It's on social media. The prime ministers warned him from NATO, Canada. Everybody that's in NATO gave him a warning. You come on over here if you want to. It's gonna be us against you. That's why he started this peace. One of the reasons why he's trying to get this peace. What do you call it, Foxy? Peace organization or whatever it is.
I forgot what it's called.
I say Peace Patrol is what I call it. And that's why
let me look it up.
That's why I can't think of the real name, because hell, I'd have made a fake name for it. But this peace board that he's playing like he's over, and all of those people are
Board of Peace.
Board of Peace, yeah.
But you got to pay $1 billion to him that he's gonna put in his Qatari bank account.
I thought it was $1 million to join.
No, it's $1 billion, baby. It's $1 billion.
Oh, it's $1 billion, not $1 million. Oh shit! Oh, the gold card is $1 million, and the Board of Peace is $1 billion. Okay, I got it.
And then he's suing the he's suing the taxpayers for $10 billion for his because his taxes got leaked out there, but so did a million other people. So can we all get 10 billion? Like why?
Normally the president tax records are supposed to be, and they got leaked in his administration. So good luck with that. And
what the boy said he signed off on it. If he was ordered by the Department of Justice to sign off on it, he's gonna sign off on it, and he would get
Bill Barr. That's Bill Barr, and Trump administration, because they got leaked in 2018 or 19. Okay, so he was the president when it happened. So good luck with that lawsuit. Good luck with trying to sue the American public. It's not gonna work. And he also wanted to sue about his medical records also. I think he want to sue about that. I think he want to sue 10 billion for his medical records, and he want to sue
10 billion for his medical records.
And he want to sue one of these news stations also. Somebody made a joke about him, so he want to sue one of the comedians for $10 million $10 million.
I know he said he wanted to sue Trevor Noah.
Yeah, and then
Trevor Noah is who he wanted to sue for $10 billion.
And then CBS.
But CBS is the one that's friendly with him now, though.
No.
Which one is friendly with him? It's not. It has to be CBS because
it's CBS. Barry Weiss, the lady that's over CBS.
Yeah, that heifer.
Yeah, she's getting rid of all the nice shows. She's the reason why Stephen Colbert have to leave, even though he got the biggest audience on CBS. And she said she didn't care about the bleeding. She didn't care about the audience leaving. It's just gonna be a MAGA channel, and it is what it is.
And they're about to tank. I mean, they're gonna get a mostly MAGA audience, which is minimal. There's a big audience, but it's gonna be minimal. So fundamentally and financially, fiscally, it's an irresponsible move. But I guess for her financially, you just do as you're told.
Because one of his billionaire friends own it, so they can run it the way they want to. They're not concerned about the money. It's all about pushing the machine and having the message.
Get the message out. Get your. And that's one thing I want again. I'm gonna keep saying with the Democrats, you got to. You can't just keep going to the churches and doing a Tootsie Roll at the barbecue and stuff like that. Whatever he did, look at what he did and work on the messaging. It's dumb it down a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Clock
the T.
Yes.
Wake the hell up.
Yes, get to the root of the message. I mean, I understand that they want to get the good points across. Like, hey, we're gonna, you want to speak specifics, but you see how stupid he talks, because he doesn't even use words grammatically correct. Because I listened to him.
I'll run on sentences.
Yeah, exactly. And I was just listening to him slumped over and all of that. I don't think I'm gonna happen. And they write your words down.
And if y'all don't win the midterms, they're gonna impeach me. They're just gonna impeach me.
They're gonna impeach me.
They're gonna impeach me. They're gonna get rid of me.
That sounds like a personal problem.
Right.
They're gonna impeach. I mean, so and I think that's
everybody good people. We all good here. We all got good. I like them. They like me. We have a good connection. Everything is good. Nothing is bad. Everything is good.
I got the best economy, and we got these terrorists down, and the country's rocking and rolling. My numbers is up there. No, they're not. Nobody even is going along with you. He's not even going to the Super Bowl because he don't want to be booed.
Girl, I had to go off.
No, they told him he can't come.
I mean,
the NFL, whoever runs the NFL, told him they can't come. Just like they told him he can't come to the Olympics. He can't come to the NFL, to the Super Bowl. He can't come to the Super Bowl. So they banned him, both of them.
JD Vance too.
JD Vance. Well, they was just saying the president. I don't know about JD Vance, but I know Trump can't go to either one, NFL, the Super Bowl, or the Olympics.
They said JD Vance can't come unless he's in his full regale and drag.
In his
You got to
smoky eye mascara.
you got to do lashes, boo, because you've been lacking on the lashes. Okay, we need We need feathered, and you've been just giving us plain single lash. I'm sorry.
Thin lashes.
Yes, you've been giving us thin. You've been giving us anemic lashes. We need full-blooded, feathered.
Full,
yes,
fluffy.
Can we just? I mean, I'm scared of. I think because I don't, and just being real, and I don't wish this on anybody, even no matter how. Well, I won't say no matter, but he's still somebody's father. He's still someone's grandfather.
Ooh, Agent Orange.
Yes, I don't wish death on people. Let me put it that way. I'll say, if it happens, good, fine. That was his time to go. However, JD Vance is sneakier. He's got a bit higher agenda. I think he's mixed in with the CIA more so. He understands a lot more than Trump does. I think it'd be a scarier thing with him in there too. Even scary. I don't think he's gonna go full along with like what Stephen Miller's trying to do. Stephen Miller is out of control. But I think JD Vance, he's
they hate each other. Stephen Miller would be the first person that JD Vance would get rid of. He hates Stephen Miller. They in there fighting for Trump's attention.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they fight all the time.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Susie Wiles, which is his
I gotta go read that article. With Susie Wiles?
Oh, with Susie Wiles, yeah.
Did you read the entire thing?
She's the only thing that's keeping the glue together at this point. She's the most if I could say this, she's the voice that's really keeping us together at this point. So if Susie Wiles go, because Susie Wiles don't like Stephen Miller either. They're cat fighting. Everybody's in fighting because that's what he like. He pits everybody against each other. He loves that, right? And Susie Wiles is the only logical voice in the room right now.
That's how you know a person's. I didn't understand that his first term, like just like causing chaos, and then it's like you come in, you see like a house of cards. It's already built up. It's nice and it's firm. Everything is nicely stacked, or like a sandcastle. It's structures there, everything's there, and then you come in and just kick it over, and it's like fix it. Right. I wasn't supposed to do that. Fix it. It's like, well, why'd you break it in the first place? I just wanted to see. But I made it better.
I've always said that he acted like a little 2-year-old petulant child that want to have his way and think of all kind of devious shit to do to the United States, and these people are going along with it.
I like when that guy, was it the Ford plant? Was it the Ford? The guy called him
the one that gave him a finger.
He gave the finger to was like. And but once again, that's what people like. They like a president who responds with the finger. I just want the Democrats to see, like, look, whoever you put up there, I don't know if Kamala is the right person. I don't know if she's got the Constitution yet to like stand up to all this scrutiny, because it's gonna be a lot to go up there.
I would love for Kamala to be the president because she really is qualified and smarter than anybody that would be on the ticket. After all, she has the most experience. She was the vice president, but her name is tainted. Politically, her name is tainted, and politically, she would make us lose.
I think the best person is the governor for California.
Yeah, Newsom.
He's like probably too liberal.
I want him to be. That's the thing we need.
He's not going to be that liberal, though.
No. You think he's going to scale back a little bit?
Most presidents go straight to the center.
Okay.
Because they have to run the whole country. They can't just do everybody except for Agent Orange. Agent Orange just straight to the right and far right and going to stay far right and don't give a damn.
You know what the crazy part is?
Newsom wouldn't do that. The next president that come in, I don't care if it's Republican or Democrat, They're gonna run the country because the country is the whole country, not just half of the country. And nobody want their numbers, being the president, you don't want to have a good impression, because impression means everything. You want to look good in history, because these kids are going to study you in the books, if they have books later on in life. I don't even know if it's going to be school and books and all that. I have no idea what the future holds when it comes to the kids. But if we just so happen to have a history book, nobody want to go down in history like Benedict Arnold. We're still talking about him today.
Right, and you got to look at it. There's no more books. It's all internet now. Everything is on the internet. No kids have any books anymore. Almost, it's mostly internet, and internet don't forget. That's one thing. The internet do not forget. If it's saved to the clouds, it's in the clouds. It's not going nowhere, and that's the problem. A lot of people don't understand. It's in the clouds. It's not going nowhere. It's going to be there until the internet is no longer internet.
Well, you guys, give me your final thoughts. We're going on hour 3.
Okay, I'm just going to...
It was a great show. I enjoyed it. I don't know if y'all enjoyed it, but I enjoyed it. I love this channel that I did commentary on. And I did link their channel in the description of the video of this live, if anybody's interested in subscribing to that channel or just checking that channel out. Make sure you go check it out. I think you would enjoy it. Just watch it, because this was a light one. If you go in there and go watch the ones with the father in there, you're going to get hooked, because the daddy is crazy.
Yeah,
think mama crazy. You think daddy. Mama crazy, the daddy is off the chain.
Daddy cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
Well, I'll go.
Yeah, he's look, you know it's bad when the father said, if Trump said he needs to die, then he die.
Yeah. The daddy said if Trump want to kill their kids, then that's what it needs to happen. They can just go ahead and go.
Some of them are just absolutely bizarre when it comes to, like, you ask them a simple question. It's like, you're okay with him possibly doing stuff to little girls? Like, you got daughters, like, what would you do? Is, well, if he's doing a good job.
Proven.
I mean, there's okay. But what if we showed you a picture of the exactly? It's like they don't care. These people.
We had video where they actually took two American patriots out, and MAGA said the lady was trying to run over him, and Alex Pretty was involving himself in an investigation. He shouldn't have gotten in the way. They're gonna make up an excuse, even though they see it in plain broad daylight.
You got it from different angles, and it's very very sad. But you know what? And that's the thing. Some of them say they did, or he deserved it, and a lot of them say he shouldn't have came in there. Shouldn't have stood there with a gun. Well, first of all, he had a jacket on; you couldn't see it. So until he bent over, they had him bent over, beating him up when they happened to see the gun. So they didn't see the gun prior to that because he had a coat on. So
it is like it's the. I don't want to say the G word, but that's what it's becoming. From Eastern Europe, it's becoming like that. These people are, if you find out they're in your city, they can come into your house. They don't need a warrant, and even if they do need a warrant, they can go. There's they're just signing off on it. It's like, whatever. Yeah, go in. Yeah. There was brown people
Gestapo. You talking about the Gestapo?
Yeah.
I see it.
Okay.
No, so it's an administrative. They got administrative warrants now. They don't have the court warrant. They have the administrative warrants. Mean they can go in your house and they can arrest you if you keep them from going into your house.
Yeah, they're coming in. They're looking at the like some. Okay, you said final thoughts. Okay, I'm seeing stuff where if you're coming in from another country and you're not like a citizen, or if you are you're just visiting, they're like, when you go on a plane now, they already scan your face, but they're supposedly TSA delete your image. But now they're like they're getting getting your information as soon as you come in. They're pulling you to the side, like you coming in from another country. They're like, oh, you've posted something anti-Trump on social media. So they're going through your cell phone. They're going through all your social media. Like they're looking at your passwords. They're looking at your bank account. You know, they have access to go through anything. So like, who's to say that they're not cloning your cell phone and like going, they can transfer. I don't trust it. I don't trust these people. Like they're not going into your bank accounts later on and transferring funds to themselves. You know, they could do stuff like that. And these are not high skilled people. These are people who, I'm sorry, they like just got off the fry cook line at Wendy's. You know, these are not. And I don't, no shade to anybody who's worked at Wendy's, because my mother worked at Wendy's when I was young. She had to do what she had to do. But like, these are people who, they saw a job opening that was like, oh, $50,000. Yeah, I can definitely do that. I'm kind of sort of in shape, and now they don't even want them in shape. They could be 400 pounds and still go out there and do it. But these are the type of people that there's no skill required. All you have to do is have a desire to judge.
Just be breathing. That's all it takes.
Just be breathing and to judge and to use not even use critical thinking or looking at people. You just like, it's basically, it's a stop and frisk for any and everybody. And then if that's for people who are like black and brown. But now if you white and you interfere, you can get it too. Everybody can get it. It's basically us against them. So it's no longer now that we're trying to pit the white folks against everybody else. Now it's like the establishment against everybody else, and that's the sad part.
Well, so they wanted us to come out, and they don't have us.
I was just talking to Lady T-Bug about that. It's like, people are really, what I do feel, I believe, I'm with you. I believe in my heart of hearts that they were expecting black people to come out in droves and like jump in there, and it's like, we have to preserve ourselves, because at this time, this is our fight, but we're not gonna fight right now. We got to assess what the situation is before we do anything, because they already going into Chicago raiding predominantly black apartment buildings and saying, oh, we looking for this person and that person, and they just tear gassing any and everybody. Like, so no, we got to step back on this and look back, because we understand, we know history. They don't want to teach us. They're trying to take away our history because they're closing down all these black history museums and don't want to fund them, and they don't want to give up the artifacts and the documents about our history. But there's even people who offer to buy them, so they don't want us to know our history so we can try to prepare for it. But we just have to stay ready, so we don't have to get ready. And
see, that went out the window when they tried to do that in DC. They tried to do it in DC, and that went out the window. They couldn't do it. They tried to close down the Black Museum in DC. They tried to take all the black artifacts down from the Pentagon, and the Pentagon, them colonels made them put it back up and made them get out. They tried to do the Black Museum. The Black Museum closed down and locked the doors, so they couldn't come in there and do anything to the Black Museum, because they were trying to take down all the slavery, the bad pictures of the slavery, and what's the young man that got killed? And his mother showed him with an open coffin. They were trying to take that picture down.
Emmett Till.
Yeah, Emmett Till. They were trying to take all of that down. That didn't work. So they ended up locking the doors to keep them from doing that. So then they went to a Smithsonian. Smithsonian fought against them, so they couldn't come in to do that. So that never got a chance. They took it down, but they made them put it back up. So
but the point of it all is to get you riled up about it,
right?
Get you mad about it, and to come out to spill out into the streets, because they did take two white people out, but it would have been way more black people if we would have been out there in the streets like that. They would have just been spraying us. It would have been way more than 5 people that's been unalive by ICE in the streets.
Right. And and it didn't happen that way. When they went to DC, they took the Black Lives Matter down. They waited to see how that was going to react. DC didn't go out. DC didn't go out protesting. So then they took the sign down that said Black Lives Matter. They didn't protest then. So then they remember when they supposed to brought the National Guard and supposed to go into the city of DC. Well, they went through the black areas of DC, and that didn't work. They laughed them out of DC, out of that area. The National Guard, the DEA, ICE, all of them kept going through this, the black neighborhoods, and all they did was sit back and laughed at them and joked them and made fun of them. And so they left them alone because they couldn't get DC riled up enough to get out in the street and start fighting back with them. So all they did was just laughed at them and joked at them and said, okay, and you did that for what? You did all that for what? We just go in the house and do it. And so they took the liquor, were pouring people liquor and beer out. They were outside. So they said, you ain't did nothing. We got a liquor store around the corner. We just gonna go in the house. What you do that? What's all that for? We still gonna come back out. So
it's funny that like when he got elected, when he was his inauguration, like the private prison stocks and all that stuff kind of went up. They want to that's money that's stocks that he has money in, that's investments that he has money in. So I do believe that they're building these camps because they want to fill them up. They want to fill them up, and they're that we are like the usual subjects, and that's what they're doing. First of all, they're doing with the Hispanic people. They filling them up there, and they're putting them in these little different little areas. So they're getting shipped off here, shipped off there to God knows where. They can't see a lawyer for wherever. We made a mistake. Oh, she's an actual citizen. So they wanted to use us as the example. They wanted to fill it up with us and just leave it. And that's to me, that's not just Trump. That's Stephen Miller. Stephen Miller. Go ahead.
Well, Stephen Miller was the one that said that he liked to see people suffer when he was a teenager. He said, I like seeing people suffer. I like to see them tortured. And you think that still ain't in his mind as older? So
it absolutely is. It absolutely is.
Well, and my last word is I thank you. I said what I said for letting me come on tonight. I'm getting ready to go and take some more medicine and lay my honey point back down. And Vicky, it was nice talking to you again.
Nice talking to you too.
Yeah. So I'm just going ahead and drop down. But ladies, thank you, and I love y'all, and y'all have a good night. And just keep the country and yourselves in prayer, and keep yourself prayed up.
And thank you for coming up, Foxy. We appreciate it.
Good night. I said what I said. Thank you for allowing me to come up and talk about this because I had to go off on my girlfriend today because she was talking about she don't want to see no Bad Bunny and he ain't American. And this is a damn near 66-year-old black woman. I was like, girl, first of all, he is American. You may not
Puerto Rico.
You may not like it, but we can't just appeal to one section. Yeah, it has been black as hell for the past couple of years. Mm-hmm. And I appreciate that, and I like that because we've had some very good shows. We had Michael Jackson, and I had to go off on her, and so I can't really talk about this for anybody else. That's why I be sending you. I'm like, look, I be sending you these little videos, because nobody else wants to talk about it because they're like, girl, I don't know, that man just crazy. But I'm like, well, let's talk about it. And they don't want to. So I appreciate your platform and I appreciate your show. And I hope you have a good evening. And thank you so much. And everybody who hears this, we're going to get through this. That man is not here for the world very long. He, something tells me that his health is not, he ain't well. And we just have to pray for the next person. Pray for ourselves. For the next whoever comes in there who fills his shoes is not going to make things even worse than they are heading right now. So you have a good evening.
Get rid of all of them.
Oh yeah, I think all of them. I don't understand.
Invoke that 4th Amendment instead of that 25th. If you invoke I think it's the 4th Amendment, you can get rid of everybody, the whole administration.
I just don't understand why they not starting to like impeach, like just start impeaching every single person in there.
They creating the articles. It's coming.
Just, I mean, like, let's make it a move, because these people ain't.
They're having hearings on it now. The Democrats are having hearings on impeachment right now.
Another thing, last thing with the Democrats, y'all got to stop. I understand y'all want to have things in writing, like you said, you gave them notice and you did this and did that. Y'all got to start like pencil whipping faster. Like you need to be up at nighttime writing this, and in the morning just getting it filed. And I mean, because they moving faster than the speed of lightning. And yeah,
yes.
y'all need to get on this, because they're not slowing down, and y'all sitting here trying to do things the judicious way and with integrity and whatnot. These people do not have integrity. They do not care. They are literally robbing us. Like right now, they are taking our tax money, and they're taking our tax money, and then they're not even paying the ICE. They got ICE out there. They're not even paying ICE. Like,
but that's another reason why the House of Cards is going to fall, because these people, they're already, putting themselves in jeopardy, because you never know when someone is going to try to retaliate against you, right? So you're already in harm's way. You're not getting paid. You're getting ostracized. You can't stay in certain hotels. There's a lot of people not serving them in their restaurants. So you're getting this bad reputation all around for nothing. And then on top of all of that, you're not gonna pay them. And I also heard that they having a lot of mental breakdowns. ICE is being affected mentally of the job that they're doing.
Yeah, I haven't heard that yet, but I'm gonna have to go on Reddit and like read some of the thing. But I have heard, that I've just heard, through the grapevine, that they've been posting on Reddit saying that they're not getting paid. They don't even have health benefits. It's been like 2-3 months. It's not, what they promise is not here. You don't quit your regular job. You could have been like doing your little 7-Eleven gig and been cool working your night shift, but you left your job that was actually paying you to come work for this man. He doesn't even pay his own people because they haven't approved the budget. And I wish the Democrats don't approve anything else. I know it's gonna mean another government shutdown, but what's
that's what I said. That's why I said they can fight if they wanted to, and no one wants a shutdown or anything. But you don't have to fund everything either. That's why they didn't. The last budget that they just approved last week, they didn't fund DHS. They took that funding out until they started making some changes. That's why Tom Holdman, who he installed, because he got rid of Bavino, he got rid of him.
Oh, he's horrible.
Yeah, he got rid of the little miniature wannabe Gestapo and put Tom Holdman in there, which is no worse.
He's even worse though too.
Yeah, that's even worse. And but they said they are going to have body cams, and so Congress can make them move if they want them to.
Girl, what's his name? Mike Johnson.
The Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson. Yeah,
Mike Johnson. Listen, everybody needs to be up out of there. At this point, it's like just fight fire with fire. I understand, like, everybody, because I know the Republicans are starting to twist and turn to. They're not exactly going left, but they're starting to see like the madness and all of this, and I just want them to understand that.
And I don't know if you guys heard or not, but let me just throw this tea out here, because I just clocked this tea. Mitch McConnell is hospitalized right now, and they're not expecting for him to make it.
I did hear he was hospitalized. I didn't know he was doing that bad.
Yeah, he's doing pretty bad. But he was freezing up on TV.
He been glitching. He has been glitching. He got the flu too, so that means he probably gonna get like pneumonia, which usually does. I mean, he's what, 80? He gotta be damn near 90.
Child, I don't know, but he looked like walking death to me.
He does, and he always had to be escorted with several. When the last time I saw him glitch, he had to be escorted by like 3 different people to understand what was going on, because he I'm sorry. I don't
Child,
want
they
to talk.
propping him up, honey. That's all they doing is they propping him up.
He's 83 years old.
He's weekend at Bernie's at this point.
He is weekend at Bernie's. I'm gonna leave it at that. Bye, girl. Good night.
Good night, and thank you for coming up, Vicky. I appreciate you and Foxy.
Always my pleasure. Thank you.
I enjoyed talking with you guys. Bye bye. So Queen say, Mitch has been hanging in there for a while. He has been. He's been sick for about a couple. I would say I don't even know why he was reelected. You know, because he really shouldn't have. The last time he got elected, he should have just went home. And I don't know what it is about Congress. Why these people can't go home and go live with their, go be with their family. Because in my humble opinion, if your ass is 70, then you need to go home. Go spend some time with your grandkids and your great-grandkids. Because by the time you hit 70, more than likely, you got great-grandkids at this point. Most people do. And so put some age limits on Congress, because in my opinion, after 70 years old, you're not keeping up with what's going on in the world. You're not keeping up with technology and all the things that you need to keep up with. Hell, I'm not even 60 yet, and I'm falling behind. So I know at age 60, you start falling behind, and I'm not so far behind where I can't keep up, with the everyday tasks, but a lot of new things are coming out. And I remember when the internet came out and when everybody started emailing each other, and when email really became real prevalent and when it became real popular, and Twitter and Instagram and Facebook, half of Congress couldn't even get online because they were all too old to get on the internet. Some of them may have learned how to do it by now, but when it first came out, it was a whole new ball game, a whole new world. And that's one of the reasons why the internet don't have any guidelines, bylaws, laws by Congress, because they never regulated the internet. The internet has always been a free for all, and the people that own these different entities, i.e., Mark Zuckerberg and Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos, whoever owned the internet, places that we go, whoever owned these social media sites, that's who's policing their own sites. Congress never set any laws or anything up for the internet. They're not setting up laws for AI. They need to set laws and guidelines for this new technology that's coming out. And right now, Trump is really pushing AI. He's really pushing technology right now, and there is no guardrails on it. Okay, and we need that. We do, because they have to protect the American public. But this concludes our show. I really do appreciate everybody that showed up, and especially my panel. Thank you for coming up and talking with me about this, talking with me on the live. Thank you for showing up in the chat and for just listening to what we have to say today. But we're going to conclude this. I'm going to tell everybody, if you, especially if you're on the replay, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so yet. And also, make sure you subscribe to Necessary Conversations. Like I said, I do have that. I have that linked in the bio, in the description of this video. So if you want to subscribe to that channel and check it out, just go to my description of this video and you'll be able to find that link, and then you can subscribe to that channel. And so I'm reading an old message by Foxy. But yeah, thank you everybody, and I'll see you guys on the next video, and you guys have a great night. So let me go ahead and put in my two outro videos. First, we'll play this one.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, and I will see you on the next video.
Good night, everybody.
I join the channel, it's what you need. True crime stories, secrets they'll feed. Say that gossip and political heat. I said what I said, bring to read. loyalty to those secret calls. I said when I said stories that will end strong, yeah. Truth turns far, we're never late. Oh, no stone unturned, we're here to relate.